Logan County High School. Franklin Simpson goes up against a couple of teams that have proven to be those early season surprises on the boys' side and the girls' side of the 13th district, as the Wildcats and Lady Cats, both 1-0 in district play, walk into Logan County High and take on the Cougars and Lady Cougars, both 2-0 in district play up to this point in the season. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by Tavius Babb. And TB, this is a Logan County program overall. You look on both sides, boys and girls, they've struggled to find success, especially as it relates to the postseason, trying to earn one of those 2 spots to the region tournament. The Cougars had a breakthrough last season when they won the district championship, thanks in large part to Russellville beating the Franklin Simpson boys in a huge upset in the opening round of the district tournament. This Lady Cougars team off to a 10-7 start. They've only been to the region tournament once in the last 4 years under now 5th-year head coach Deidre Adler, but 2 teams with region tournament aspirations. And really on the girls' side, obviously Franklin Simpson the favorites, but if there's one thing that we knew coming into the season, and it has played out so far, is on the boys' side, it is an absolutely wide open district, and that's going to be our second game of the night. But to touch on that very quickly, we'll probably get a good feel for who the favorite is going to be to cut down the nets at Franklin Simpson in that district tournament from this game between Franklin Simpson and Logan County.
Yeah, I think these teams will probably play really closely in that boys' game, and I think it'll be very interesting to see how these teams match up. I mean, obviously Franklin on the road here, and so you kind of don't have that home court advantage as you would in Franklin, but we've seen this Franklin team kind of make strides over the past few weeks, playing, again, higher competition in Warren Central and a Greenwood and a South Warren. And so we're going to really see how tested they are in this district as they go on to try to beat these Cougars.
And this Logan County team on the girls' side was not expected to be the #1 contender against Franklin Simpson in the district. That crown laid with Todd County Central, who made it to the district championship game last year, fell to Franklin Simpson, but then went on a tear in the region tournament, made it all the way to the region championship game where they ultimately fell to Bowling Green. This Logan County team stunned most people around the area when they not just beat Todd County Central on the road in Elkton, they dominated them 52-28 last Friday to remain unbeaten in district play. They've won 4 out of their last 5 games. It's an extremely, extremely young team, only 2 upperclassmen, both of them seniors, but it's a well-coached team under Coach Adler. Her daughter, Brentley Adler, is the star freshman for this team, and this is a Franklin Simpson team, TB, that maybe more so than we expected. We've seen them tested within the region. Did get Coach Ashley Taylor her 100th career win with a 61-36 win against Greenwood earlier this week. Coach Taylor has never lost to Logan County, beat the Lady Cougars by 30-plus points in both meetings last year, but I don't think it would surprise anybody, at least early on, if Logan County, as some region teams have been able to do, found a way to test this Franklin Simpson team tonight.
Yeah, it's kind of uncharacteristic for a team to be so young, especially in the high school level, and be so good defensively. I mean, they only give up 42 points a game. That's 41st in the state of Kentucky. And so if this team can keep it close like that, and we're going to know the looks they're going to throw out, probably 5 in the paint. Everybody's going to have their foot in the paint, really watching out for Larisha. And so again, as a Franklin Simpson team, you've been working on trying to get good looks for everybody surrounding, including Larisha, as teams try to pack the paint.
And it works against the weakness for Franklin Simpson, who has to find a way to score. They did hit the 60-point mark in that win against Greenwood, but it's only the 6th time this year they've done it. They did it 19 times in 32 games last year, but this is only the 7th region game for Franklin Simpson this season, and in the last 6, they've scored at least 60 points in 5 of those 6, including a season-high 78 in their lone district game against Russellville. Last year, 2 very different games played between these 2 teams. The Lady Cats at home won the first matchup 64-30. Larisha Cawthorn went off for 20 points, 14 rebounds. Chloe Smith in double figures with 13 points as well. Then they came here in February, and the Lady Cats held Logan County to 14 points for the game. That's tied for the lowest they've allowed under 5th-year head coach Ashley Taylor. As a team, Logan County went 4 for 22 from the floor. They actually made more free throws than they did field goals, going 5 for 9 at the free throw line. But when you look at the numbers, that's not really surprising, because that's exactly what this team wants to do, led by Brentley Adler, the freshman, averaging 12 points, 7 rebounds per game. She gets to the line 6.3 times per game. It's right there with the numbers you see from Larisha Cawthorn for Franklin Simpson. as a team, they take nearly 17 free throws per game. They're not super efficient, 54% at the stripe, but when they win, a lot of it has to do with free throws. In their district win against Russellville, they go 25 for 43 at the free throw line, went 12 for 19 as well against Todd County Central. We've seen Franklin get in a little foul trouble at times. You got to figure, as much of a size advantage as the Lady Cats has, they've got the speed advantage, they've got the depth advantage. This Logan County team really only goes 7 deep. They're going to try to force that foul issue as early as they can.
Yeah, they got to. And I think that thankfully for this Franklin team, they kind of played with that adversity, right? We talked about Lanaya Brown a couple games ago, or is that last game, excuse me, that played with 4 fouls and had 6 steals in that game. I mean, this team is battle tested. They have smart seniors, as Coach Taylor has talked about, knowing how to play with these fouls. And so if you're Franklin Simpson, you have to be aware of the game. If the game starts getting called closely, you have to adjust to that. Now, if it's loosely, you can tee off, you can go for steals and all that kind of stuff, but you just have to play smart basketball.
The Lady Cats under Coach Taylor, not just good in this district, not just great in this district, they've been nearly untouchable. 32-2 overall against 13th district opponents. Their lone win again this year, 78-26 against Russellville. The shooting is going to be the big thing to watch tonight for Franklin Simpson. They were under 40% from the field for the 5th time in 8 games, despite putting up those 61 points against Greenwood. They cruised thanks large part to the rebounding. They out-rebounded the Lady Gators 35-17. Larisha Cawthorn had her 12th double-double of the season. And TV, she's seen this team a lot between her time at Franklin Simpson and previously at Russellville. This is her 11th game in her career that she'll be playing against Logan County. She's lost a couple, but what I thought was very notable is she's undefeated here at Logan County. Out of the previous 10 games, half of them played at Logan County. She's won all 5 of those games. And in fact, the only game that she has ever lost on this court in a game in which she actually played minutes was against Franklin Simpson in the 13th district tournament, where she has also owned this Logan County team, 3-0 against the Lady Cougars in the district tournament in her time at Russellville. We've talked at length about Larisha. Obviously, she's on the march to 2,000 points. She's within 200 of that mark. She's within 100 of getting to 1,000 for her Franklin Simpson career. But this is going to be another one of those games after seeing Jasmine Savage hit 3 3-pointers in the game against Greenwood, after seeing Lanaya Brown to continue to establish herself offensively, set a season high with 13 field goal attempts in that game against Greenwood. These are going to continue to be games, as you mentioned, teams are going to key in on Larisha, that are about building up the rest of this Franklin Simpson team.
And a key player to look at, Jasmine Savage. I know we talked about her at length this season. Last season, top 40 in three-point makes and 6th in percentage.
Yep.
And so as she continues to progress in the season, if she can continue to find that build up that confidence, find her stroke, and really knock down these threes, I'm telling you, it opens up a whole nother level of this Franklin Simpson team, as we saw last game with her 3 threes.
She's hit 3 threes now in 2 out of the last 3. Now, it took a lot of volume in the first of those 2 against Nelson County, up with the 2-way, but finding her stride. If she hits 2 or 3 a game, Franklin Simpson is a much, much tougher team to beat. We'll see how the bench plays in this game as well for Franklin Simpson, after in the district opener, every single player on the bench scored for the Lady Cats. Piece it all together. It was a dominant effort through and through for Franklin Simpson as they open district play with a 50-plus point win, which has become the norm over the last couple of years under head coach Ashley Taylor, who again has not lost to this Logan County team in her tenure. 9-0 coming in. This is a team that also hasn't lost a true road game since February 7th of 2023. 15 straight wins on the road for Franklin Simpson. A lot of streaks in play here tonight as the Lady Cats look to stay unbeaten in district play this season. And Logan County, even if by way of just competing in this game, looks to make a statement to the area when it comes to what we can expect with the 4th region, because TB, this is a game that if you're Logan County, it's not fully about winning. Your whole goal, as we've talked about with the boys all season long, is to make the region tournament, and you want to prove that you are the 2nd best team in this district, because 2nd best does get you to Diddle Arena.
That's true, and in this game, you're learning a lot of information when you're gearing up towards that tournament. I mean, I guess we can maybe safe to assume, at least the way things are playing out, that these teams would meet up in the final 2.
Yep.
And so at least that game, in the sense, wouldn't matter as far as getting to Diddle. But if anything were to happen, if, Logan County maybe lost a couple games here, and Todd County catches back up. You got to know how to play against this Franklin team if you want to really make some noise, even into the region tournament.
National anthem is on the way, so we'll step away when we come back. Starting lineups and tip-off from Logan County High School. It's the first half of a boy-girl doubleheader. Lady Cat.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Coming in hot. Hey, why not? Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust them.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Quite good here in the Logan County gym.
Hey, Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
Points per game, 4 rebounds per game on the season, scored 11 points in the district win against Russellville, and really the lone pure big on this entire Logan County team, Kyla Ballou. She's going to have a tall task here tonight. You got to figure a lot of the time will be matched up directly with Larisha Cawthorn for Franklin Simpson. She's averaging 6 points, 7 rebounds per game, has had double-digit rebounds in both of their district games so far, but had just 7 total rebounds in the 2 games against Franklin Simpson last year. The Lady Cats under 5th-year head coach Ashley Taylor coming off of career win number 100 against Greenwood earlier this week. She's 126 in her time at Franklin Simpson. The Lady Cats 15-2, ranked number 6 in the state of Kentucky. 3 guards, 2 forwards, Lanaya Brown, Jasmine Savage, Vanessa Ray, your backcourt, and the best front court duo that the 4th region has to offer, Chloe Smith and Larisha Cawthorn. Risha will be the one to go up for the tip for Franklin Simpson in the base blue uniforms, white checkerboards down the side. Lady Cats across the front and the numbers in white as well. Logan County in the base white uniforms with that baby blue and dark blue combination down the side. The numbers and names mainly in baby blue, outlined in that darker navy. Franklin Simpson, the clear favorites in this district and this region. Logan County, the stunner of the district so far. Ball is thrown up. It's tipped Franklin Simpson's way. It was thrown about 3 feet in Larisha Cawthorn's direction, and the Lady Cats will operate first offensively. You don't really need to give her an advantage on the tip.
Oh, no, not at all.
And just as you said, TB, that zone already being packed in from Logan County. Lanaya Brown tries to shoot it down with a mid-range jumper and hits from 10 on the baseline.
And that's a good way to start off, just getting the ball moved around a little bit and getting a good shot with them collapsing the defense into the paint.
14 points against Greenwood, 7 for 13 from the floor as Logan County quickly answers with a baseline jumper of their own from Ballou.
We're going to see what this Lady Cat team can do as Jasmine Savage
rattles home a 3. They left her wide open in the corner. That's a great start for Sav. Even against Greenwood, she hit the 3 threes. Took her a little while to get going. Feels good to see her knock one down on the first try.
And we talked about it. She's one of those impact players that if she can get going, it opens up the whole game for this Lady Cat team.
Adler tries one from the top of the key and swishes it home. Was her foot on the line? It was. Brinley Adler had a toe on the line at the top of the key, but knocked down the jumper. It's 5-4 a minute in. Cross-court pass trying to get it to Savage is deflected and stolen away on the far side by Holloway. Now to Adler up top, sends it over on the right wing to Takaya Mason. The senior pulls from 3 feet off the line and swishes the J. Logan County leads.
And right now, Logan County has not missed a shot. They are 3 for 3, and they are rolling right now.
And they've all been jump shots. Vanessa Ray tries to answer with a long mid-range jumper. It's missed, and Ballou has the rebound. Did a good job there of boxing out Cawthorn. Here comes Adler in transition, gets in the middle of the lane, had it knocked away, and it's picked up by Chloe Smith. Right side, Cawthorn puts it on the floor, leaves it on the baseline for Ray, fakes the jumper once, tries it the second time, missed it. Far side, it's rebounded by Mason. She wants to run. Savage back in transition. Mason collides with her. Jasmine plays it straight up and gets the rebound as well. Now caught with no dribble, but hands it off to Ray. Vanessa sprints past 2 defenders, get caught on the wing, though, trying to make a decision, and threw it right to Mason. She gets to the rim again, Vanessa defending, and Mason finishes right through Ray. She's got 5. It's 9-5 Logan County.
And this is the first time I've seen all season where a team is out shooting this Franklin Simpson team as far as shots attempted.
Savage, right wing, buries another triple. Sav's already got 6, but Logan County still leads by 1. 5.5 minutes left opening quarter. I think, too, the big thing for Logan County, the pace is what they want it to be. Ballou gets it on the elbow, fakes a handoff, now goes to work against Ray. Pulls from just inside the free throw line, and she banked that one in. They can't miss right now.
Yes, this team has literally not missed a shot, and they're getting everything they want. And that was a great move by Ballou, too. I mean, she just turned around off in the triple threat and just banked it right in.
11-8 is the Logan County lead. 30-second timeout taken by the Lady Cats. 5 for Mason, 4 for Ballou, 2 for Adler. Shots are falling from everywhere. They're falling off the glass. They're swishing home. For Franklin Simpson, you feel great with the 2 threes from Sav. Turnovers the issue early on. It's rare that we see Franklin Simpson lose that battle, but Logan County, because they've been able to make so many shots so far, are speeding up Franklin Simpson offensively, and it's not the Lady Cats wanting to get out and run in transition off of turnovers or missed shots. They're just being sped up in what should be their half-court offense.
Yeah, I don't know why it is that this Franklin Simpson team just really it's not like they're in a funk because they're making shots. They're 3 for 5 from the field, but they're just not getting the volume of shots that they anticipated getting.
Half-court trap set up on Cawthorn out of the timeout. Majayla Butler's in for the first time, coming off career-high 6 points against Greenwood. Lanaya Brown got it on the baseline, missed a short jumper. Cawthorn collects it and is fouled on the putback try, so Larisha will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And again, like the first possession, great ball movement, moving the ball around, and they've done really well with moving the ball around outside of those 2 turnovers. And I think, again, they're just going to be working on this a lot, especially with the paint being packed as it is.
Cawthorn's first free throw falls. Larisha, a 70% shooter on the season, averaging 6.5 attempts per game. 4 straight games under 20 points. She's averaging 22 per game. That's 11th in the state. As the second free throw falls, a lot of that has just been due to running clock situations. As the Lady Cats trail it by 1 with 4:45 left in the first quarter. Logan County passes it around to break the Franklin Simpson press. Ball goes right corner. Adler gets around Cawthorn, leaves it on the left block. Layup good through contact and one for Wetton. They still can't miss.
I mean, I'm more or less just speechless right now. I've never seen a team start off the game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6 for 7, excuse me.
Wetton's free throw misses off the heel. She's a 64% shooter on the season. As a team, they're around 50%. Cawthorn tries to get it to Brown on the baseline. It was over her head, but Lanaya chases it down, sends it out to Chloe Smith, and she hits a 3 from the top of the key. Her second made 3 of the season.
And this team is shooting great from 3. That's a steal by Larisha.
Nearly lost it, tries to chase it down on the baseline, then lost her footing. Maybe thought she was tripped up, but I think she just stepped on the foot of Mason. Had it back, but then lost it out of bounds, and Logan County gets it back with this game tied up at 13 after the three-pointer from Chloe Smith. She's now 2 for 15 from outside this year. What a wild game this has been. Smith then deflects the pass out of bounds, and this is what Franklin Simpson needs, is to make some shots to be able to set up their own full court pressure. And actually there, they get a foul against Smith. Looked like a clean deflection, but the foul comes in late. Adler gets the inbound regardless, being chased down by 2 Lady Cats, nearly dragged the pivot foot, picking the ball up. Franklin Simpson fans thought she did. Now sends it out left side to Mason, driving against Cawthorn to Ballou. Nice shot fake at the top of the key, then gets inside and scores. Got Smith off her feet, then was able to glide in and put it in for her 6 points already. Logan County has 15 points. We're halfway through the first quarter. When these two teams played here last year, Logan County scored 14 points all game.
There's a high volume of scoring right now for this Franklin Simpson team.
Ray, left elbow jumper is perfect. And here's the thing, neither team is missing.
I mean, this is interesting. This is not the game I expected. I expected more three-point shots from this Logan County team to keep up with the pace of Franklin, because Franklin's not the greatest at three-point shooting, but they're just tremendous right now.
And if you're Franklin, you would be delighted with the offense up to this point. As Adler is guarded by Butler up top. Majela, the defensive specialist. If the other team has a premier outside scorer, Majela will guard her. Ball gets inside. Ray tips the pass to Mason. Saves it in at the last moment on the baseline to Butler. Had it knocked away. Gets it back to Cawthorn. Collects to the left block. Fires it up, and she's fouled by Ballou.
And a great job just getting there, attacking the rim, knowing you're the tallest player on the court. Again, something's interesting. The matchups right now are they're working on the matchups right now for Franklin Simpson. Larisha really hasn't guarded Ballou. She guarded Adler for the first minute or so of the game, and then Majela Butler came in as Larisha makes that first free throw. Majela Butler comes in. She takes over that assignment, but there's been switching from screens, and so right now, defensively, Franklin hasn't really figured out who's guarding who and how to really communicate those switches and off-ball screens.
When offensively, you can make a lineup like this really work against Franklin Simpson, as Cawthorn's second free throw misses, but Smith gets the rebound on the right block. Her putback misses long. Adler pulls down a strong board around Cawthorn, and to finish that point, when you've got 4 guards, you force one of those bigs to go out and guard one of those wing players, as Ballou here has a mismatch against Butler, turns and fires. That one misses from 8 feet out, but Adler tries to save it on the baseline and does so in the corner to Wetton. She fires it cross court to Mason, guarded by Butler in the corner. 2.5 minutes left first quarter. Franklin Simpson up 16-15. Mason caught on the dribble, sends it out to Adler. Guarded by Ray, spins off and gives it back to Mason, who cuts inside. Leaves it for a wide open Wetton on the block, but she missed the layup. Was a beautiful pass, couldn't finish. Cawthorn, an even better pass to Brown up ahead, and she's hacked on the right block.
Yeah, on the defensive end, just honestly a lucky possession for Franklin.
Yeah. Great
ball movement. I mean, again, right now the help defense is kind of not where it needs to be. We have a double teams in the paint where you shouldn't leave your man.
First free throw good for Brown. They play a very modern style, and you'll see this a lot at the college level and more so in the NBA. A lot of dribble handoffs, a lot of that in place of screens, they'll just hand off and use the body to shield off defenders, and it's forcing Franklin Simpson to really miss their switches. Ball comes the other way off the missed free throw. Into the corner, now back out top, Mason. Wide open is Adler from the mid-range on the right side. She missed that one long. Another clean look. It's like the more open they are, the more likely they are to miss. Here comes Franklin Simpson. Ray puts it on the floor, beats Ballou to the basket. She missed a wide open layup. Cawthorn got it back and then had it knocked away on the baseline.
And a great drive by Ray. I mean, she was just so fast that Ballou really couldn't get around to her. And the timeout's called. This is an incredible first quarter if I've ever seen one.
Coach Adler takes a timeout with 1:48 left in the opening frame. 17-15, Franklin Simpson leads, responding to that opening blitz out the gates from this Logan County team that it's not like they're an amazing offensive team on the season. They average 46 points per game. You said this in the pregame. Their calling card is their defense. They're top 50 in the state defensively, and they're even better in their wins. In their 10 wins on the season, they give up less than 36 points per game. In fact, that 35.9 number is right there with Franklin Simpson's total on the season, 35.5 that they give up defensively, which is top 10 in the state. And here's this Lady Cougar team, inefficient number-wise coming into this game. They're making virtually every contested shot they take, and they only trail it by 2, 17-15, 1:48 left opening quarter. The good news for the Lady Cats continues to be their efficiency offensively as Ray will inbound. Downey, corner. She fires up a 3. That one misses long. Brown had the rebound, then lost it. Up ahead it goes to Adler. Downey trying to chase it down from behind. She and Brown collide. They were both trying to strip that ball away. And now Mason has it on the right wing. Steps into a 3 over Savage. That one misses short, and Cawthorn clears the board. She's going to bring it across half court herself. Larisha crosses over. Savage fakes the shot. Now sends it down low to Cawthorn. Rips around the defender. Scores, and one. That right there, Logan County's not going to be able to do anything against.
Yeah, especially in the fast break when they just have to match up, and Ballou isn't matched up on Larisha. I mean, they're going to feed her every time, and especially in transition, nobody's packing the paint, and that's what you do, you attack.
Larisha now with 5. This is her 5th free throw attempt already. Missed it. She made her first 3. She's missed her last 2, and it's 19-15 Franklin Simpson. That also the second foul on Wetton. Ball goes on the right block to Wetton, who's still in there for now. Mason down low, Adler one-on-one with Downey, and Sanaya fouls her, trying to rip it away on the block. Interested to see, because Adler's a guard, but she's a much more traditional player. She'll use her size to post you up. How much they use her in situations like that as Wetton does come out with the foul trouble. And Alyssa Hampton checks in, the freshman making just her 6th appearance of the season. Nice inbound play was set up initially to get it to Ballou. She lost it off the leg, but then I think Savage touched it after, and Logan County will try it again from the baseline.
And I think we're going to see some pressure right now. We need to see this Lady Cat team start to get deflections. When they're starting to get deflections, everything turns around for this team.
I mentioned earlier that the rotation is not very deep for this Logan County team. They really usually play about 7 players if they've got the choice. And we said that they want to force Franklin Simpson into some foul trouble. That hasn't happened so far. They've got to avoid that on their side. 2 fouls on Wetton. Ballou's already got a foul as well. If you're Franklin Simpson, dominating the free throw numbers so far, you've already attempted 7 in this game. Continue to force that issue as Adler gets the inbound, nearly slips, but then gets it out to Mason on the right wing. Crosses over right to left. We're inside a minute left in the quarter. Things have stalled now as Ballou gets it left wing, guarded by Savage. They do have Cawthorn back on Adler, but Logan County screens to get that matchup switched. Adler wants it down low against Ray. Mason, entry pass on the block, but Vanessa pokes it away from behind.
Coach Taylor just wanted a little more awareness. Honestly, to go back on that possession, Larisha was actually about to drop down to the paint, and Sanaya actually called out great communication, kept her out in front, and just didn't allow any free looks down in the paint.
Logan County's doing a lot off the ball to get Adler on a smaller player. She's got it at the free throw line, posted up there now. Ray switches onto her, sends it out on the left side, and it's just dropped, but collected on the baseline, or the sideline by Hampton. She's trapped by Cawthorn, nowhere to go. Larisha ties her up, and she steps out of bounds. It's Franklin Simpson ball. That right there is just a freshman guard stuck in no man's land.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go, and nobody could get open. I think this is the first possession that we've seen this Franklin team really deny the ball like we've seen all year.
23 seconds left in the quarter. Franklin Simpson has it up by 4. Ray walks it into the front court. Smith, Brown, Cawthorn, Savage, the starting 5 out there. Jasmine's already got a couple threes. Larisha's got 5 points as well. Left side, Sav springs wide open. They left her alone again. That one misses off the heel, but Lanaya Brown gets the rebound. Her putback try short. 3 seconds left in the quarter. Lanaya got it for another try all the way around and out. And Logan County escapes without giving up any more Franklin Simpson points. That ball literally went all the way around the rim and popped out. But the Lady Cats rebound from a rough open. They lead at 19-15. We'll see if this game keeps up the pace going into this second quarter here on 92.3 WFKN.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Cougar fans, we've got a lot of things going on here. Logan County High School for you tonight. First of all, it's 1984 championship recognition night.
19-15, Franklin Simpson leads Logan County in this girls basketball matchup at Logan County High School. As we get the second quarter underway, Logan County has possession. They came out, made their first 4 or 5 shots in this game, stunned the Lady Cats from the beginning, but Franklin Simpson did a good job of really settling this game back into their pace as they set up a half-court trap up top. Mason gets it on the left wing. She's got 5. Kyla Ballou, the big for Logan County, leads them with 6 points so far. Adler, their star, only has 2 points, tries to get baseline and has it knocked out of bounds by the double team of Cawthorn and Savage.
Interesting to note, I mean, both of these teams were even as far as field goal percentage. Shots taken, it was 12-14, and I mean, the 14 was added for the 2 missed layups there by Lanaya this past quarter. So these teams are really playing even.
Mason gets it into the last moment to Ballou, top of the key, guarded by Smith. Drives, picks up her dribble. Now they try to work it into the corner to Mason, but she was cutting baseline. Holloway had already made the pass, and it sails out of bounds back to Franklin Simpson. The most notable number from this game, TB, Franklin Simpson, their season high on the year for three-pointers made is 4. They average 2 per game. They made 3 in that first quarter, 2 from Sav and 1 from Chloe Smith.
And I think they'll loop back for Jasmine.
Cawthorn gets it baseline. Beautiful bounce pass. She was on the left baseline, 10 feet from the basket. Wrapped it to the right block with a bounce pass to Brown, and she scores to make it 21-15. And immediately Logan County takes a timeout. 7:09 left in the second quarter. Brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. Wilkins Eye Care.
Shots were. I really did like this timeout that Coach Adler made. It was the first shot attempt for Franklin Simpson, scored right off the gate. Right off the gate. And I mean, I can't say enough how much momentum plays in a game like this when shots might stop to fall. And so again, a great timeout. And if you're Coach Adler, you got to drop a play to get your team an open look down low. Maybe not a jump shot, maybe get a layup, and get Larisha specifically away from the basket.
And since Wetton came out with that foul trouble, trouble, their offenses look completely different. And I wonder, too, if even if Franklin Simpson didn't score, she was going to call that timeout to try to remedy this offense that's totally stalled. It's stalling now in the backcourt, getting close to a 10-second. It is a 10-second. That ball did not get within 5 feet of the half-court line. And Franklin Simpson, I don't know that any Lady Cat got within 5 feet of a Logan County player. It was really loose pressure just with their hands up looking for deflections, and Logan County froze against it.
I mean, that's the fear you play when you play against this Franklin Simpson team. They are one of the best teams unofficially in the state at deflecting the ball. Unofficially. But they do it well.
Smith on the baseline out to Lanaya Brown. She's got 5 points so far, the lone 2 of this quarter. Sends it over Savage into the corner to Ray. Takes one dribble, looks to Cawthorn, gets it, flips it down low, threw it over the head of Lanaya Brown. Was trying to go this time, elbow to block. If that was Chloe Smith down there, it's a catch and a bucket, but a little too high for the 5'3" Brown.
Just a little bit, but great vision.
It's like a quarterback. You got to know your target.
Exactly.
Logan County looks to break the pressure this time. Ball still in the backcourt. Mason puts it on the floor, does dribble across half court, but now she's trapped by Savage and Ray. Gives it off to Ballou. Ball goes up top now, left wing in the hands of Adler, averaging 12 points per game. Quiet so far. Ballou, right side, gives it up on the block, and then Larisha Cawthorn sends it out of bounds. It looked like for a split second Holloway had an open layup, and that's what Larisha Cawthorn does. Her closing speed is elite.
I mean, that's what we talked about. You have to get her away from the paint if you want any shot of really making a layup in this game.
She's just kind of roaming around down there that time and was able to collect the block. Mason has it up top, 2 minutes in to this second quarter. Logan County yet to score after those 15 points in the opening quarter. Mason throws it right to Larisha Cawthorn. Risha beats her on the break, gets the left block, and scores. One of the foul. Doesn't matter. She scored it anyway.
And this is the turnover of the game right here. This Logan County team already 3 turnovers to match what they had in the first quarter. So
Ballou gets it on the block. Larisha tries to chase her down. Ballou patient, let her jump, and then just missed the layup. That's 2 wide open layups we've seen miss for Logan County now. Here comes Brown the other way. Gets to the block, but called for an offensive foul, as they're going to say that she pushed off against Holloway. As she got her in the air, did lower the shoulder a little bit and give her a bump. That's her first foul. No foul trouble so far for Franklin Simpson as the Lady Cats lead it by 8.
And, we're used to seeing her strength when she's ripping the ball away from somebody in the towel ball.
Ball stuck at half court. It was nearly thrown into the back court, but then Chloe Smith just ripped it away from the poor freshman Hampton, and then it's lost on the baseline as Hampton did a good job of recovering to knock that ball away. She's going to come out. Reese Wetton has to come back in with her 2 fouls. And Coach Adler tells her, you calm down, you can do this. She's struggled so far. Savage gets it off the inbound, top of the key, missed it long, and it hit the cable off the top of the backboard. It's a tough team for any guard to come in and play against, especially for a freshman guard only making her 6th appearance of the year.
It is.
But Wetton's back in. They've got their starting 5 on the floor. This is the unit that scored those 15 points. Smith, though, deflects the pass on the far side, and Lanaya Brown is up with it. Tries to reward Chloe on the block. Lost initially, got it back. It goes back to Lanaya. Her bunny misses. Cawthorn takes the rebound away, and she's taking this game over. Logan County has to take another timeout.
And this is the Franklin Simpson team we're used to seeing running in transition, getting steals, getting to the paint, and if all else fails, Larisha's going to get the offensive board and put it back in.
Larisha Cawthorn, for her career, now that she's got 9 points in this game, she's at 1,843 points. She came into this game 18 rebounds short of 1,100 for her career. It seems like she's determined to get all 18 in this game here tonight. 53 career double-doubles, well on her way to number 54. And if you missed our pregame show for her career between Russellville and Franklin Simpson, she's undefeated against Logan County on this floor, 5-0 against the Lady Cougars. This is the 11th game she's played in her career against Logan County. The lone loss for her on this floor against Franklin Simpson in the district tournament when she was at Russellville. And this quarter has been all about the defense, and it's been all about Larisha on the offensive boards.
And she is killing them right now with 2 offensive rebounds, 5 total in the quarter. As another steal.
Brown tips the pass. Smith up with it in transition. Finishes on the right block. The Lady Cats are making it look easy right now. And it's 27-15. A 9-0 run to start the quarter.
Just a stark contrast where this team has struggled even getting across half court.
And this time they do it as Wetton got it, then just sprinted across half court, gave it off to Adler, and then she stopped and traveled on the wing.
And you want to hear something crazy? I talked about this in the pregame about how many shots Logan County got up in the first quarter with 12 shots total. They've only shot twice in the 3.5 minutes of this quarter.
And Coach Adler takes her Adler out of the ball game, and they're having a stern conversation on the bench. As checking in for her is Avery Thompson, in for the first time for Logan County, averaging 2.5 points per game. Downing gets to the left block. Her shot misses long. Cawthorn got the offensive rebound, and then she's fouled on the floor. And I believe they got that on Wetton. It's her third.
And they're going to need her in this game. I mean, this team right now is stalled. They haven't got any opportunities. They've turned the ball over about 3 possessions in a row.
Right now she's still in it. Smith got the inbound, missed the contested layup. Ball is on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball called.
Who else?
And the arrow will keep it with Franklin Simpson. Is there to force the issue is one Majayla Butler. This is an unofficial stat too. And I know Larisha puts a good run at this, but Majayla has got to be amongst the state leaders in terms of the minutes that she plays, second and third possessions created. Offensive rebounds, jump balls. As she gets the inbound, misses the first try, got it back again, missed the second try as well, and Logan County comes the other way. Talia Spencer in for the first time for Franklin Simpson. Ball goes on the right side for Logan County. They kick it to the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Misses off the top of the backboard. And Cawthorn collects the rebound off the Thompson miss. Bounce pass. Spencer, left side, drives in, tries to give it back to Larisha, but it's deflected and stolen away. And we're going to get a double dribble called on Holloway. Right now, what's happened to Franklin Simpson in the first quarter has happened to Logan County. They're just either taking a long time to get across half court, or when Franklin Simpson misses a shot or they turn it over, they're just getting way too sped up. And Adler's going to finally come back in after that sit down that had a factor to do both from coach and mom being the coach. As Butler gets the inbound, top of the key for Franklin Simpson, runs right into Ballou, who basically rips the shot attempt out of her hands.
And right now, this Logan County team have to create something. I mean, Adler's going to try to do everything herself, but she's going to need somebody to come along with her.
Mason gets it on the right wing from Adler. Adler calling for it at the elbow. Gets it there, kicks it out in the corner. Thompson picked up by Cawthorn. Goes to the top of the key. Mason nearly stolen away by Brown, but she holds it at the half-court logo. 3:20 left before halftime. 27-15. Franklin Simpson leads. Logan County has not scored in the quarter. Up top, Holloway gets it, puts it on the floor for one dribble, then gives it to Adler. Sets an off-ball screen for Ballou. She's wide open on the block. Spencer tries to recover. Ballou spins left, fades across the paint, and she's got 8 points in this game. Those are the first 2 of the quarter for Logan County. I mentioned she struggled against Franklin Simpson last year. She's been their best player tonight.
Yeah, and they're going to need her. That was a good possession by them. Franklin Simpson rotating well, just...
Cawthorn got it middle of the lane, drove in against Ballou, and they call a foul against her. So there's the second on Kyla Ballou, as Larisha Cawthorn will take her 6th and 7th free throws already of this ball game.
And Adler, Ballou, even though she got the foul there, I mean, she is great at contesting shots because of her length. And I mean, honestly, you could argue that was a clean block.
That one towed the line for sure. As Smith and Ray come in, Brown and Talia Spencer come out. Coach Taylor putting on quite the exhibition of using your feet to slide on defense. Looked like the electric slide for a second. As Larisha makes the second free throw. She's got 11, 6 in the quarter, and it's 29-17 Lady Cats. Ball in half court, Ballou gets it ahead to Adler. Stops at the elbow, trapped, nearly walked with it again. Now it goes out to Ballou on the wing. To Mason, right side, fires it on the baseline. Thompson might have had a jumper if anybody but Larisha Cawthorn was there, and she had to pass it away. Mason guarded by Savage on the wing. Picks up her dribble, tries to get it down low to Ballou. Nice find, who fades to her left again across the key. She gets in the middle of the paint, turns left, fades away from the basket, and she's into double figures with 10 as she made that one over Chloe Smith.
And that was just sweet moves down low. I mean, that was textbook just post play if I've ever seen it.
Butler has it in the corner, tries to get it to Cawthorn, but it's deflected, and Mason is up with it for Logan County. She's then bumped and fouled by Ray in transition.
And right now for this Logan County team, they've started to cut down on the turnovers in the second half of this period, committing around 5 or so in the first 5 minutes of the game and only 1 in the last minute.
29-19, Franklin Simpson leads. 2 minutes left before halftime. Lady Cats outscoring Logan County 10-4 in this quarter. Mason tries to throw it from half court to the left block to Thompson, threw it overhead and out of bounds.
I will not apologize for that commentator jinx on the turnovers. I promise you that.
When it goes in our favor, you're fine.
Yeah.
If it's the opposite, we're going to have a chat. Brown gets it in the corner, sends it up to Ray, now left side. Savage, is she going to make a two-pointer? Missed it, and it's batted out. Ball still on the floor, chasing it down on the far side is Holloway. Gives it to Ballou, now to Adler across half court. Sends it over right side, Mason, back to Adler. Nice give and go, and she's fouled down low by Smith. Brynlee Adler, averaging over 6 free throw attempts per game, will take her first 2. Has really been the only player not on pace to hit. We talk about players hitting their averages, hitting their numbers. She's really the only one of the main scorers for Logan County that's not on pace. She's got just 2 points so far as she fires up the first of these 2 free throws, and it rattles home good.
Something she is doing well, though, is every time she gives the ball up, she's rolling straight to the block, trying to work in that post right there. I've seen her do it about 7 or 8 possessions so far in this game, and she's going to get some of those to fall if she can get those entry passes in like she has before.
I still can't get over the fact that we almost saw Jasmine Savage's 16th career two-pointer. Second free throw misses for Adler. Cawthorn up with it. After the second foul committed by Chloe Smith, she comes out. There are 4 guards on the floor with Larisha the lone big. Ray gets it on the wing, steps in, 15-foot jumper, falls.
And she loves those jumpers.
She does. And that's probably been the biggest point of growth for her from last year to this year, is really making that mid-range game something that's regularly in her bag. Ball at half court. Brown just knocks it away and takes it from Thompson. Ray up with it, gives it to Butler in the corner, looks down low, Cawthorn. Turn, she's going to fade from 6 feet, missed it long. Ballou gets the rebound, and she's fouled. That one called on Larisha.
That was defense. That was the defense of this Logan County team. They are a good defensive team. Even though this first quarter explosion happened, they have done well defensively. And so they can really lean back in there and make a couple shots. They can make a game out of what kind of has ballooned as 12-5 in the second quarter.
And their first possession defense has been good. We talk about this with the Franklin Simpson boys, their first possession defense, but it's been those offensive rebounds that have been killer, and then the transition opportunities. Ball on the left side, Adler goes to work against Butler, now gives it out to Ballou, wanted it back, but they don't get it to her, and now it goes on the left wing to Holloway, trying to direct traffic, 30 seconds left in the quarter, to Mason on the wing. Ballou in the corner, down low, Adler one-on-one with Brown. Lanaya went down trying to draw a charge. Adler missed the shot, got it back, and then she's fouled by Cawthorn on the floor. Back-to-back fouls for Larisha.
I think they're saying maybe she hit her arm as going for the rebound.
And again, that would put them in the bonus.
Again, Adler straight back to that right block. That's her spot. She wants the ball down there. And again, just another missed layup by her. But if you can get Larisha out there away from the bucket, away from the paint, she can hit those.
When they've gotten into the half court and been able to run their offense, this looks better than a team that only averages 46 points per game on the season. And they've been playing their best basketball as of late coming into this game. As the second free throw misses short, Butler with the rebound. Franklin Simpson wanted the return foul on Adler. They don't get it. Savage is wide open in the left corner. Missed it short, and it's rebounded on the baseline by Logan County. They've got 12 seconds to work with. Mason gets it front court quickly, being chased by 3 Franklin Simpson defenders. Adler gets it on the left wing, fires a 3, left it short, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Lanaya Brown, 2 seconds, 1 second to the block, tried to throw it too late, and it goes out of bounds to bring the quarter to a close. Logan County scored 15 points against this top 10 Franklin Simpson defense in the opening quarter. They're held to 6 in the second frame, and at halftime it's 31-21 Franklin Simpson leading it after the second quarter, brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Lady Cats and support all of the players and coaches' eye care needs. We are accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care.
Hey, Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
That dude was gone for a second.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust them.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
And that sparked what Franklin Simpson's run of just scoring in volume. They did miss a lot, but I mean, when you're shooting at a volume like that, you're bound to just make more shots. 11 for 29 for this Franklin Simpson team, and I know that percentage doesn't look good, but when you factor in the 3 for 8 from 3, the 6 for 9 from free throw, I mean, it just opens up this game for this Franklin Simpson team.
And you start the second quarter on an 8-0 run after Logan County had it within 4 after the opening frame. For Franklin Simpson, you mentioned the shooting to bring it to a percentage. Still under 40%. That's a mark this team wants to try and get to consistently. They want to be over 40%. They've been under that number in 5 out of the last 8 games coming into this one. The 3 3-pointers, obviously encouraging. You'll always be happy to get a 3-pointer from Chloe Smith. Jasmine Savage knocked down her first shot of the game. Larisha Cawthorn took over this game in the second quarter, and I'm intrigued to see, because I said coming into the game that this is another game where for Franklin Simpson, it's more about all your other pieces. We know what Larisha is. We know what she's going to be the rest of the way this season. They're defending her like most teams are going to. In fact, I would venture to say they're giving her less attention than maybe we'll see more teams do moving forward, and like we saw from a South Warren, like a Greenwood, and like the Lady Cats saw up at the 2A tournament. I'm interested to see the rest of this way how much Franklin Simpson tries to work on that half-court offense, because they're always going to have the fallback of the full-court pressure, generating turnovers, generating points. But I was really impressed in that first quarter, despite how much Logan County was scoring, which forced the Lady Cats to up their pressure, how good the half-court offense did look early on for Franklin Simpson.
I mean, the ball movement was pure. They were moving the ball around. They got it to the short corner a couple of times. That created some open looks. Larisha with the not cross-court passes, but cross-paint passes over to the other side. And like I said, this team, again, not shooting efficiently, at least in the second quarter, but this team did a great job of just finding a way to score. Larisha hasn't taken many shots, officially 4 shots attempted, and that doesn't count the foul shots that she's taking.
She keeps getting fouled.
She keeps getting fouled, which is true, but 3 for 4 overall, so shooting 75% from the field. And again, the stark contrast is this Lady Cougar team just aren't getting the shots up because they're turning the ball over. 19 total shots in the first half. In that second quarter alone, 2 for 7. 0 for 3 from 3.
And they've already got 2 starters with multiple fouls. Again, with only a 7-player rotation, you can hardly afford that. One being Reese Wetton with 3 fouls. The other one, Kyla Ballou, who's been their best player by far in this game with 10 points in the opening half. She's not usually looked to as their premier scorer in these games. That always falls on Brinley Adler. She scored 18 points apiece in the first 2 district games. She's got 4 points so far. And Franklin Simpson winning the free throw battle. They're 6 for 9 at the stripe. Logan County's 2 for 5. Lady Cougars have only made 1 3. Franklin Simpson with those 3. All the numbers you'll take if you're Franklin Simpson. And really, if you saw just those alone, you think that the Lady Cats were running away with this game. But Ballew's 10 points, a large region that hasn't happened. Takaya Mason with 5 points, those all coming in the opening quarter. Adler with her 4. 2 for Reese Wetton, and then for Franklin Simpson, unlike the Russellville game, every single point has come from the starting lineup so far tonight for the Lady Cats. 11 points from Larisha leads the way, 6 from Jasmine Savage on a couple of first quarter threes, 5 points apiece for Lanaya and Chloe Smith, and then 4 points for Vanessa Ray. Rounds out the scoring for the Lady Cats, who lead at 31-21 at halftime over Logan County. Well, we've got a second. Want to look forward to the boys game that's coming up next. The Wildcats 4-11 on the season, but 1-0 in district play after beating Russellville, getting at least a small piece of what they're hoping is a lot of comeuppance against those Panthers over the course of this season after they knocked Franklin Simpson out of the opening round of the 13th district tournament last year after the Wildcats went 6-0 in district play in the regular season. 2 of those wins coming against this Logan County team that largely looks the same. They're 8-8 on the season, 2-0 in district play, and just like the Lady Cougars, they're playing their best ball right now. They've really turned the corner since the calendar turned to 2025. They're 5-1 in the new year. Beat Ohio County 60-47 Tuesday. Wildcats have a win earlier this season against Ohio County without Cam Ray, 50-45. FS coming off that loss to Greenwood that felt like to be a game that Franklin Simpson played well enough to win. They made more threes than a Gators team that's really good from outside. Had a great run in the fourth quarter, but just couldn't close the gap and find a way to seal the deal. And unfortunately, that's been the case for the Wildcats more often than not this year. Against all these good teams they've played so many times, they've been right on the cusp of a breakthrough, but just haven't quite been able to do it, though they did when they had to against Russellville.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is the way they started out the fourth quarter. The way they start these quarters is indicative to maybe how they finish it. Now, granted, given Franklin some credit, in that fourth quarter, they did rally back to get it within 5, I believe.
Yeah, but they let it balloon up to 13 first.
Exactly. So this team is going to have to learn not to play so far from behind so they can play their own game and not just have to jack up threes or play the free throw game, and instead just play solid defense and hit shots. Missing layups, that's kind of what it's come down to.
The Cougars have one of the best players in the region in Samson Hightower, the 6'6" senior wing who I'm surprised is uncommitted to play college basketball anywhere, averaging about 18 points, 7 rebounds per game on the season. He can shoot it from outside. He's made at least 3 3-pointers in 5 games this year. Has scored at least 20 in both of their district wins, 21 against Russellville, a 1-possession win that they had over the Panthers, and again, then 20 in a blowout win that they had over Todd County Central. And that was a game where they just exploded for 10 3-pointers, a season high from deep for Logan County. So we'll see how reliant they are after knocking down those 10 shots in a district win last Friday. We got about 30 seconds left until we get the third quarter underway for the girls matchup between Franklin Simpson and Logan County. Before we get there, we remind you that tonight's third quarter is brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. As a former athlete at FSHS, Tanner Clark knows a thing or two about basketball and a thing or two about money. Tax questions or issues that you need consultation for, need bookkeeping or payroll done. Tanner and his team do it all, so call them at 270-586-9899. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb as the Lady Cats take a 10-point lead into the second half of play. Franklin Simpson started slow. It really haven't picked up the pace. It really slowed to a screeching halt, which I think Franklin Simpson is content with in that second quarter. What would you like to see in these second 16 minutes from Franklin Simpson? Obviously, outside of securing the win, how would you like to see this second half go?
I just want to see a better field goal percentage. As much shots as they're getting up, we want to see them hit those initial shots, hit those layups, not turn the ball over as much. They had 6 turnovers in that first half. And so if you're Franklin, you just want to be more efficient down low when you're getting the ball in these opportune spots.
Lanaya Brown gets it in the corner to start the quarter for Franklin Simpson. Now it goes over to Ray on the right side. Outside, Savage to Cawthorn on the left wing. Puts it on the floor, drives, gives it out to Brown. The freshman Hampton is getting the start at guard for Logan County. Wetton with her 3 fouls starting the quarter on the bench. Smith stuck on the block in a double team. Wraps it around the paint to the left block. Brown missed her layup long. It was a good contest from behind by Mason. And Logan County is able to clear it away. Here comes Holloway into the front corner to Adler. Left wing guarded by Cawthorn. Ballou flashes down low. They've got a mismatch with her against Savage. We'll see if they look to take advantage. Right wing Hampton holds it. Checks her options. Now Adler wraps to the top of the key and gets it there, guarded now by Ray. They've got Ballou just sitting in the corner with Savage on her, not trying to take advantage of that matchup. Instead, Hampton outside being pressured by Brown. Now gives it up top to Mason, who's played a minute in the second half. Nobody scoring yet. Logan County slowing this game down even more. Mason up top, guarded by Savage. Sends it back on the left wing to Holloway. The sophomore averaging 4 points per game, scoreless so far. Drives against Smith. Leaves it out for Ballou. Top of the key, fakes the three, takes one dribble, looks back right and gives it over to Adler. 20 more seconds off the clock. And they'll reset up top with Holloway.
I guess the only thing good right now for Logan County is they haven't turned the ball over, so they have to start scoring a little bit.
Nearly did on a pass to Mason, who makes a beautiful entry to Adler. They get the matchup with her against Ray on the block. Perfect find from Mason. Adler now with 6, and the lead is down to 8. Savage is left all alone in the left corner for 3. It took Franklin Simpson 5 seconds to answer that minute-long possession.
Wow, I mean, she is shooting really well tonight. On the other side, again, Adler going to that right block. That's the spot that she wants to get to. And if she can get that mismatch, that she'll take that shot every time.
Mason being hounded by Ray outside. Has to pick up her dribble, give it to Ballou. Guarded by Savage, nearly had it knocked away. Gives it to Adler, driving in left side. Bumps into Cawthorn and Smith. We'll see how they get the foul on. It's against Chloe. It's her third. Either one of them, it would have been her third. Larisha's got 2. As Majayla Butler will come in, Lanaya Brown out.
And I think, again, a smart thing that they've done so far, and I think they might switch it here, but they've had Larisha on Adler, trying not to allow that switch to happen, which is what got her freed in the first possession.
Right now they've got Chloe on her, basically daring her to post her up. As Mason gets the inbound pass on the left wing, 5:43 left in the third quarter, 34-23 Franklin Simpson leads. Hampton lost the pass on the near side as Vanessa Ray came and took it away, and she scores in transition.
Again, nobody can stop her when she's running in transition.
We
say it every game.
Race. She's never lost.
Never lost. LeVar Ball.
Right side, Mason holds it. The Franklin Simpson lead now 13. Butler all over her to Ballou on the wing. Cawthorn is on her. Ballou shields Larisha off, gets all the way to the basket, missed the layup, but Adler got the offensive rebound, and she's fouled from behind by Savage. Fortunate it's not on Cawthorn, or she and Smith would have 3 fouls.
And something that Ballou did there, she used that right arm to really get around Cawthorn, and again, amazing play if it would have went in.
Inbound pass is deflected by Smith. She collects it, and she's fouled from behind by Ballou, and that's her 3rd foul. Was just a jump ball to Ballou on the inbound, and Chloe went up and got a hand on it, and then was able to force the issue trying to chase it down in the backcourt. We'll see if they leave Ballou in with her foul trouble. For now, she will stay in as Ray gets the inbound up top.
I think they're going to have to, because they can't allow this lead to balloon up even more.
Savage on the wing, gives it to Cawthorn, drives baseline, beats Ballou this time. Fortunate they didn't get her for a foul. Larisha scores anyway. She's got 13. I thought for sure that was going to be foul number 4.
I really did, and I mean, Larisha just really, really great at controlling her body even with the contact.
And that was different. Ballou with her just shielded the whole time. That time Larisha just beat her off the dribble. 15-point game, 38-23. Ballou tries to throw it into the corner. It's lost initially by Holloway, but gets it back. Gives it to Adler on the block, guarded by Cawthorn, and has to kick it out. Up top, stuck with it is Hampton. Being hounded by Ray. Throws it out on the outside to Adler. On the wing, pressured by Cawthorn. Isolated right now. Picks up her dribble and gives it off to Hampton. Wraps to her left, being guarded still by Vanessa, who gives her no room to breathe. And then Holloway forces a switch, and Vanessa comes out and bumps her with 4:08 left in the quarter. That's the second on Vanessa. She's got 2 fouls, as well as Sav and Larisha, and Chloe's got 3.
It's something to know on that possession. I mean, Adler looked a little frustrated that she could not shake off Larisha, and right now, I mean, Larisha is playing her across the court.
And off the inbound, Franklin Simpson able to get a deflection, force a jump ball. The arrow will keep it with Logan County, who I'm really surprised by this, TB. They bring in freshman Reese Bush to relieve Ballou with her foul trouble. 4 minutes left in the quarter. We'll see how long she stays on the bench. I don't know how long you can keep her there.
You can't keep her long, and especially you need somebody to be able to alter some shots down in the paint, especially Larisha's.
And with no Wetton in the game still. Up top, Adler holds it, gives it over to Mason. Butler gambled for the steal, didn't get it, but recovers well and forces Mason into the corner.
Look at Lanaya down the block, just really wrestling down there, not allowing any positioning.
Bush, the forward, is trying to post her up. Instead, it goes to Holloway at the elbow, wraps around the pace, missed the layup. Was a chance for an offensive rebound. It was lost, and instead it goes up to Cawthorn, who scores again in transition. She's got 15. Bush had the rebound, lost it off her fingertips, and already Ballew's going to come back in. Wetton will check into the game too. It's a 17-point game, 40-23. Far side, Smith deflects another pass out of bounds.
And we've talked about it, right? These deflections, that's whenever Franklin plays at their best, when they're deflecting the ball.
Smith and Savage out. Downey and Mackenzie Taylor in for the first time for Franklin Simpson. Kins had a great game in the district opener against Russellville with a couple of three-pointers. Up top, Adler trying to work on Cawthorn. Now gives it to Ballew back in the ballgame on the left wing. She wanted to throw it out on the right side to Wetton. Wetton started to cut. Ballew got stuck and walked.
Yeah, if you're Adler, you're going to have to find a way to get a screen to get Larisha off you. And because right now their offense is stalled. They haven't really been able to get a good shot because their shot maker is being guarded by one of the best defensive players in the city, in the state.
Cawthorn has it in the front court. She's got 15 points to lead everybody. Running the offense right now out of the point. Being guarded out there by Holloway. Dribbles to her left and she's bumped.
Larisha the point forward now.
She's capable of it as Holloway picks up her first foul. 2 in the quarter on Logan County. 3 on Franklin Simpson. Brown will inbound from the far sideline. She, Butler, Downey, and Taylor the guards. Larisha the lone big. Right side, Downey. Wraps and gives it up top to Brown. Taylor's all alone on the left wing. She's going to fire up a 3 from over there. Missed it long. Can Downey chase down the rebound? She does in the corner. Down low, Butler. Outside, Cawthorn. Tees off for a triple. That one missed long as well, and Mason gets the rebound on the baseline. Larisha still hunting for that first triple since the third game of the season when she made 2 against Henderson County. A game in which she scored a career-high 35 points.
And this is the matchup Adler wants right now. Mackenzie Taylor on her instead of Larisha.
Walks to the left wing, isolates there, now post up. Taylor on the block, wraps inside. Mackenzie did a good job defending, but then fouled at the last moment on the shot attempt from Adler, and she'll go to the line for her 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And that's what she's going to have to do. She's going to have to find a way to get that matchup that she wants. And even if she wants to call an ISO, I know we don't really see much ISO ball in high school basketball, but that might be the way they need to go if they want to get back in the game.
Makes the first free throw. She's now got 7 points. Butler out. Ray back in for FS. Vanessa's defensive intensity has been outstanding in this game. As Adler spins, bends, fires, missed that free throw short. Ray tipped it out and Brown collects it. 1:53 left before the fourth quarter. 40-24 is the Franklin Simpson lead over Logan County. Right corner, Taylor, wide open again. That one swishes home.
And we've talked about it all season long, or excuse me, about 7 or 8 games ago, I say all season long, is that those minutes that she got hitting those 2 3-pointers have opened up another game for this Franklin Simpson team.
Ball on the left wing in the hands of Wetton. Gets it to Ballew. Pulls from 7 feet. Missed the jumper long, but an offensive rebound by Adler creates another possession. Hits a cutter in Wetton, but her shot is denied. Here comes Ray the other way. Beats everybody to the rim. Mason, though, pokes it out from behind. It'll stay with Franklin Simpson underneath.
And, I mean, it's just so hard to get in the paint when Larisha's there lurking. I mean, that's her second block of the game.
Cawthorn catches the inbound, fires immediately from 6 feet and scores. She's up to 17 points. Trying to get back up over 20 points. She's been under it for 4 straight games as Ballew just lost the inbound on the far side, being hounded by Downey, and Franklin Simpson gets it back. The lead is ballooned up to 21. It's 45-24, a minute left in the quarter.
And again, only 5 shots taken by this Logan County team.
They've only scored 3 points in the quarter. Taylor is wide open again from the right corner. That one off the right side, and it's rebounded by Adler. Lost it for a moment, got it back, and sends it off to Wetton. Into the front court now, wraps to the left wing with 45 seconds left before we get to the final quarter.
they've needed her to create some offense in this quarter.
Wetton denies a screen from Ballou, gets the left block against Taylor, wraps around the baseline, and then just stepped out of bounds as Ray came to help, and Wetton just got stuck.
6 turnover of the quarter right there for Logan County, not taking any shots, and this is what Franklin does. They limit you from taking these shots, and then they're gonna get up a volume amount of shots and just basically outshoot you.
They've outscored Logan County 14-3 in the quarter. And they have possession with 30 seconds left. Taylor holds it on the right wing, looks at Cawthorn, top of the key, trying to find the soft spot in this Logan County zone. But for now, it'll stick with Ray up top. To Taylor on the right side. Savage is wide open in the right corner, and she buries her 4th 3 of the game to tie her season high.
And it's like a choose your poison, right? You leave Mackenzie Taylor open. She dishes it to the corner to another open Jasmine Savage, and what can you do?
3 seconds left in the quarter. Wetton just has to heave one up over the contest of Taylor, and she hits it. Was stuck with absolutely nowhere to go. Just threw it up before the horn, and the prayer is answered as they double their quarter total. The last 2 quarters, they've scored 6 points apiece, and as we head into the final frame, 48-27, Franklin Simpson leads after that 3rd quarter, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. Call them at 270-586-9899. You're listening to Lady Cat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment. There are buttons to button.
Going back to last year, the Franklin Simpson Lady Cat basketball team made at least 5 3-pointers in 15 games of the 32 they played. Up to this point in the season, this being game number 18 for Franklin Simpson, they have hit that number for the first time all year, setting a season high after threes from Mackenzie Taylor and Jasmine Savage in that 3rd quarter. The Lady Cats up to 6 3-pointers for the game, and they lead it 48-27 as we get the final frame underway. Chloe Smith's drive gives it off to Vanessa Ray, wraps around, left elbow jumper. This one misses off the far side, and Takaya Mason has the rebound for Logan County. Gets it up to Holloway on the right side and finds a wide open Wetton on the left block, who drops it in. She's got 7. Adler's got 7, as Ballou still leads the way with her 10, but all 10 of those came in the first half.
And the challenge for Logan County is they're going to have to get up a lot of shots this quarter. They've struggled to do so in the last 2.
Savage right side. I thought she was going to pull the trigger again. She's made 2 3-pointers apiece in the 1st quarter and 3rd quarter of this game. Taylor on the left side gives it off to Ray on the baseline to Smith. She pulls from 10 feet, left side of the paint, missed it. Butler's offensive rebound. Her putback is blocked, and as the rebound is fought for on the baseline, it's out of bounds off of Franklin Simpson. As Logan County will get it back under the Lady Cat basket. Taylor comes out, Chloe Smith back in.
And for this Franklin Simpson team, they've gotten up over that 40% mark, shooting 41%. And due to the 1st quarter, shooting 6 for 14, and the 3rd quarter, shooting 7 for 11.
And really settled in more like we talked about in that half-court offense and created some good looks. Ball on the left wing, stuck over there is Wetton. Finally gets it to Mason, then cuts the basket and has it swatted out of bounds by Vanessa Ray. They're so good at that 2-man game. Somebody makes a pass, then they cut, but Vanessa too quick. It could jump too high for that to work. Butler nearly tips the inbound, but Mason comes down with it on the left wing. Now walks to the top of the key with 6:40 left in the ball game. Her Lady Cougars down by 19. Adler holds it on the elbow, now turns. Faces against Smith, jabs right, pulls from 3 feet off the free throw line. Missed it long. Butler chases down the rebound. Up ahead, Vanessa Ray puts it on the floor Gets inside the three-point line, sends it to Sav. She wants a season high. Rattles off, no good. Cawthorn got the rebound. Her putback long. Majayla Butler there, of all people. You know who it is, and she cleans it up.
And I really thought Jasmine Savage was about to make that three. But again, these Franklin Simpson teams are amazing rebounding the offensive ball.
Near side passes too high for Adler. Tried to save it in, but it goes right to Butler, who then trying to get it ahead to Cawthorn, throws it into a Franklin Simpson cheerleader instead. Out of bounds to Logan County.
And I want to go back to the last defensive possession down low. When you talked about that two-man game that Vanessa had, she has this recovery speed that is very deceptive, and that's what's able to make her secure those blocks or turnovers.
Holloway has it up top, gives it to Mason. She's going to pull from the top of the key. That one left short. Ballou tipped the rebound. Brown came up with it, fell down, but got it to Cawthorn before she hit the floor. Larisha's transition layup misses. Chloe Smith, though, generates another opportunity, and Ballou is calling for a foul, hitting her from behind. Or no, they actually get it on Wetton. Regardless of who it was on, it was going to be foul number 4.
And the offensive rebounds have just killed Logan County. It's 12-3 in favor of Franklin Simpson.
As Chloe makes the first free throw, hit every part of the rim and then fell through. She had 11 points in the district opener against Russellville, 5 points going on 6 with that first make. And you can make it 7 as she has really improved at the free throw line as the season has gone on, up around 65% now after being near the 50% mark through the first handful of games. And it's 52-29 Franklin Simpson with 5.5 minutes left. Mason brings it front court. Franklin Simpson brings a trap. Ray tips the pass, but it goes back to Mason on the sideline, and she runs over Brown and commits an offensive foul. That's the same foul Lanaya got called for in the post earlier. That time able to draw it back.
And again, just hounding the on-ball pressure. Vanessa just on the side, just jumping up and down, leaping. I mean, maybe she has a 40-inch vertical out. If you're not watching the stream, you wouldn't know, but it seems like she can just alter anything jumping.
Ray gives it to Smith, top of the key, fires it Savage, right corner 3, knocks it down. Sav's hit 5 triples. Wide open in transition was Holloway, who scored on the right block. Nobody picked her up, bringing that ball down the floor. It's 55-31 Franklin Simpson. Sav is one off of tying a career high. Smith drives in from the top of the key, gives it up to Savage. Thought about the jumper. Instead goes to Cawthorn from the top of the key. Missed it short. And it's rebounded by Wetton. Immediately puts it on the floor, brings it across half court, stuck on the wing and gives it off to Mason. Down low, Ballou, but Ray tipped the pass from behind. Up ahead, Smith. It's knocked out by Holloway. And there was that recovery speed again by Vanessa. Looked like she was beat, but somehow found a way to break on that ball and tip the pass.
I mean, it's just so deceptive, especially in the half-court setting. You don't expect her to really just get from 0 to 60 real quick like that, but again, just an amazing athlete in their own right. And this Franklin really weathered the storm by their shooting in the first quarter. And if that hadn't happened, then it would have been a whole different game.
Cawthorn gets the inbound, puts it on the floor from the elbow, wraps around Adler, and scores with ease. She's got 19. Butler, Savage, Brown, and Mila Rigsby in for the first time, the guards for Franklin Simpson. We've seen a lot more 4-guard looks in this game. Part of that's been because of Chloe's foul trouble. Mason gives it up on the right elbow. Wetton, her jumper rattles home. She's now got 9.
And that's the most field goal attempts they've made since the first quarter.
Larisha was trying to throw it in, nearly fell across the baseline and then threw it to nobody. And it goes out of bounds at the scorer's table back to Logan County in a 57-33 game with 4:12 left.
And Larisha hunting for that double-double, one off for the 10 rebounds.
Mason, couple between the legs dribbles, brings it across half court, gives it to Wetton, top of the key, being guarded by Savage. Turns, drives left. Jasmine cuts it off, goes into the corner. Holloway, and Brown just knocks it straight out of bounds. Just reached one hand in and poked that ball out.
And they are really good at reaching without fouling. It's okay to reach as long as you don't foul constantly.
Mason gets the inbound, immediately drives in. She barrels through Lanaya. What's the call? An offensive foul. Again, Lanaya Brown draws it. They waited to make the call, but they get it on Mason as Lanaya was set and Mason barreled through her. I don't know if she was fully set. I think half of that was Mason lowering the shoulder and barreling through her.
I think so.
Brown gives it to Butler on the right elbow. Majela drives, kicks it out left side. Mila Rigsby for three. Missed off the front end, bounced to the far side, and Butler chases it down on the baseline. Tries to give it to Cawthorn, but Adler comes up with the steal. How many offensive rebounds does Majela have in this game?
I mean, Majela Butler right now has 4 offensive rebounds.
Ball up top, Adler driving against Rigsby, gets inside and is able to force contact. That's what she's wanted to do all game long. That's what she's done all season long. And she'll have her 7th and 8th free throws of this ball game, but just has not been enough, as they've scored 6 points in each of the last 3 quarters. Can break past that mark here with Adler at the line. 7 points so far, averaging 12 per game on the season. As her first free throw rattles off, no good. She's now 3 for 7 at the stripe. Ray comes in, Rigsby checks out.
And again, the issue for Adler has been that most of the time she's been guarded by Larisha, and she just really hasn't been able to find a shot. And this team hasn't shot the ball much outside of that first quarter.
And when they forced the switch, she's been able to find success, mostly withdrawing those fouls, as the second free throw's good. She's got 8 points. And it's 57-34 with 3:20 left. Ray operates out of the point, brings it across half court, sends it over to Brown on the left wing. Right back Vanessa, right side. It's a little crowded on the right side as Cawthorn gets to the free throw line, wraps it down to Brown, lost it, got it back, ends up on the right block. The layup misses. Cawthorn gets the rebound. Fouled on the putback try, but 2 more free throws for Larisha Cawthorn. She took 7 free throws in the first half, made 5 of them. Franklin Simpson didn't take a free throw as a team in the third quarter. Chloe made a couple earlier this quarter. She's about to check back in, and Larisha will have 2 free throws here.
And that rebound extended her double-double streak.
First one misses. If she can make the second, she'll have 20 points to snap a streak of 4 straight under that mark and hit it for the 12th time this year. Smith comes in. Sav comes out. As Larisha spins, takes a few more dribbles, bends, fires, and it rattles all the way off and is rebounded by Adler. Right side, Wetton, now cross court, it goes to Holloway. Guarded by Ray with under 3 minutes left in the ball game. Tries to go free throw line, and Butler tips the pass and steals it away. Majela in transition gets all the way to the block, and she's fouled. So she'll have 2 free throws. If that's on Wetton, her night is done, and it is.
And Majela Butler, even though points-wise she hasn't shown up too much on the stat sheet, everywhere else she's been amazing. 2 steals, 6 total rebounds, 4 on the offensive end, and her defensive presence has definitely been felt.
She had a career-high 6 last time out against Greenwood. She's got 2 points with these 2 free throws pending. First one misses long. Her offensive game has developed more and more as this season has gone on. Had just set a new career high against Warren East a few games before that Greenwood game. As the second free throw is good, she's got 3, and it's 58-34 Franklin Simpson, trying to hit 60 points for the 6th time in 7 games against region teams this year. Left side, Mason gets it down low to Adler, able to get a blocking foul called this time in the post against Brown. Makes the layup, count it, and 1.
And that whole play happened because she got the switch off of Larisha. And that might be what Coach Savage is talking about
Do not let them make you switch off of her.
Exactly.
If anything, just go stand under the basket. As Adler's free throw is good. She's got 4 in the quarter. Now a team high 11 for the game. Down low, Cawthorn against Adler. Gets the layup to go, and she's up over 20 points. Claps her way off the floor. I think she knows that she hit the mark. Got a double high five from Vanessa Ray as the official takes a moment to fix a wet spot on the floor. Talia Spencer will come in. Larisha's night likely done with 21 points and a double-double to boot with the rebounds. For her, 54 career double-doubles, 13 in this her senior season.
Wow. Just incredible.
Smith, Spencer, Brown, Butler, Ray on the floor for Franklin Simpson. They've hit that 60-point mark, 60-37. They lead it with 2:27 left in the ball game. As they continue to try to fix that wet spot thing. Now they've got it taken care of. Nope. An assistant told Coach Adler there was still more, and Franklin Simpson's going to use the opportunity to get Sanaya Downey in one more time. Lanaya Brown will check out. 5 points in the ball game after scoring 14 against Greenwood. But really not a game where you needed her to score too much.
She got a lot of rebounds, 7 rebounds, 2 offensive, so 3 assists as well, 3 steals.
With how much they operate in the post, Logan County does, it puts a lot of pressure on your guards. 2 rebound as Adler tries to drive at Smith. Chloe blocked the shot, got the rebound, gets it ahead to Ray, but she dropped the pass on the baseline.
And Chloe Smith is going to say, hey, just because Larisha's not on this floor doesn't mean that you can score wherever you want to.
And just like Larisha, she likes to put the ball on the floor and go in transition. Mason on the wing gives it to Ballou on the elbow to Holloway. Majayla Butler tips a pass and gets another steal. Off to Smith. Up ahead, Spencer wasn't looking. Turned at the last moment, and it's out of bounds on the baseline. Coach Taylor smiling about that one as Jermaine Savage tells Chloe to slow down a little bit. It was the right idea. Talia just wasn't looking for it. Mason gives it to Ballou at the free throw line, drives in, tried to kick it out, and Majayla Butler jumps in the passing lane and steals another one. Up ahead, Ray this time catches it to Chloe Smith for a right wing 3. Swishes it home. The whole bench explodes. She's into double figures with 10. She had made 1 3-pointer on the season coming into this game. She's made 2 tonight. The Lady Cats, their season high was 4. They have doubled that with 8 in this ball game and lead at 63-37. Timeout taken as we tick inside the final couple minutes of this ball.
Looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
They're going to need inside Diddle Arena and potentially Rupp Arena, and it's continued to pay off.
To have multiple different sets that you can run on defense can pay dividends to a success of a team that might have different strengths and weaknesses.
Lady Cats empty the bench. Downey, Spencer, Rigsby, Riley, and Madeline Dean on the floor as they nearly forced another turnover. But as Sanaya was trying to tip it, she was on the baseline. And quickly, she and Spencer will come out. Taylor back in. Carmen Phillips into the game as well for Franklin Simpson with 1:17 left in a 63-37 game. Near side, Avery Thompson drives in, flips up a runner, and swishes it home.
For this Lady Cat team, as the last minute goes on, they've shot, well, let me wait.
Madeline Dean wanted a 3. That one went around the world and flipped out, and it's rebounded by Logan County.
I didn't want to jinx it because I was about to talk about the 3-point percentage for this team. But anyways, this team, before that shot, shooting 8 for 19 from 3, a little bit over 40%. And I mean,
on the season, they shoot 18%.
Exactly. If you're Coach Taylor, you are ecstatic about that stat.
If this team makes a quarter of their threes, they will be difficult to beat for anyone in the state. Riley defending on the baseline against Hampton, pulls it out to the left wing with 40 seconds left. Ball goes up top. We see Britton Wetton in for the first time for Logan County. Passes it to the left wing, Hampton. Riley does a good job cutting her off with 30 seconds left. Wrapping around goes Thompson, caught on the free throw line. This Lady Cat bench defending extremely well. And they're getting rewarded for it as the starters are on the bench clapping up their defense.
Logan County just can't get an opening. The help defense has been perfect.
They can't hardly get inside the 3-point line. Hampton now finally does on a drive, goes against Riley, and she's fouled. It took them until 10 seconds were left in the ballgame to finally break through the T-Fits for Franklin Simpson.
And that just talks about the depth and the energy for this team. I mean, to have this hustler mentality even with the last minute of the game, I mean, it just shows how well coached this team really is.
Hampton misses the first free throw, and if she can miss the second, then I get to rattle off my favorite stat in the world. If she makes it, it goes down to a 23-point game, and I'm robbed of my joy. She does not rob me of my joy. Abby Riley gets the rebound. She wants me to be joyful. Gives it to Rigsby, off to Mackenzie Taylor. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Rigsby gonna hold it, and the Franklin Simpson Lady Cats not only under head coach Ashley Taylor, moved to 16-2 on the season. They moved to 63-0 under Coach Taylor when they hold teams under 40 points. Logan County gets as close as you possibly can with 39, but the Lady Cats win at 63-39 to not just improve their record to 16-2 overall on the season, but most importantly move to 2-0 in 13th district play. Logan County falls to 10-8 overall, 2-1 against district opponents this season. We'll step away. When we come back, we'll get y'all the final numbers from this one. We'll see if Coach Taylor can split the sea, navigate up the 6 rows of bleachers we've got between us and the floor to come up and chat with us for our post-game show. We'll award our player of the game, and then we'll get into the boys broadcast. It's going to be a fun one, so do not go anywhere as the Wildcats and Cougars do battle between two teams right now that stand atop the district, just like in the girls' side. Both teams undefeated in district play coming into tonight. Again, your final score in the girls matchup, 63-39. Franklin Simpson takes it over Logan County here on 92.3 WFKN.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust them.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Both boys basketball teams out on the floor warming up now as we're about 19 minutes away, at least from the starting lineups being announced for this boys matchup between Franklin Simpson and Logan County on the heels of a 63-39 win for the Lady Cats over the Lady Cougars, moving to 16-2 overall on the season, 2-0 in District 13 play. They are 33-2 against 13th district teams under 5th-year head coach Ashley Taylor, and now 10-0 against these Logan County Lady Cougars. I'm Tyler Eaton, joined by Tavius Babb. And it was a 19-15 game after the opening quarter. That continues to be the story. This is the last time we'll talk about it, I promise. From that quarter on, I didn't even think Franklin Simpson defensively played poorly, resulting in Logan County making those or scoring those 15 points. They were making difficult shots that did not carry over the rest of the game, and the story was just Franklin Simpson taking care of things the way that they normally do it, with the exception of the explosion for 8 3-pointers in this game.
Yeah, those 8 3-pointers were huge. 8 for 20 from 3. And Jasmine Savage specifically, 5 for 9 from 3-point. That's 55% in a game. And we're a game where, like, beginning the quarter, you didn't know how this game was going to go.
No. I mean, 3 minutes in, Logan County came out like they were on a mission. And most teams we talk about in the region, we say the goal is to hang around with Franklin Simpson. This is the team that for the rest of the region you're testing yourself against. And you look at a South Warren. There are ways to play Franklin Simpson where maybe you're not going to beat them, but you can make it closer. Logan County came out looking to beat Franklin Simpson at the beginning of this game. The Lady Cats weathered the storm, and a lot of it had to do with the three-point shooting from Savage, and Larisha Cawthorn was just unguardable in this game. 21 points, a double-double with the rebounds as well. She dominated the offensive glass, half of those rebounds being offensive rebounds. They really had no answer for her. But the thing for me that stands out, you still get 10 points from Chloe Smith. All of the starting lineup scores at least 5 points in this game. Larisha gave you 21, but if you didn't have those, this is not a game that Franklin Simpson loses without them. It just so happens that they could not keep her off the offensive glass.
They could not. I mean, she was very destructive down there. And then, again, the second chance opportunities that Jayla Butler gave you, right? Second chance opportunities that Lanaya Brown with 2 offensive rebounds. Chloe Smith with 2 offensive rebounds. This team together as a whole, 14 offensive rebounds. And when you can do that against a team that, again, comparatively to size, wasn't really that undersized to you. You were just more tenacious than them. I mean, it just pays off. And on the defensive end, you talked about it, right? This team hounded with deflections, hounded with steals. This Logan County team, 24 turnovers in this game. Majority of those came from the second quarter and on.
And 11 points leads the way for Logan County from Brinley Adler. Sometimes you'll hear in sports a player scoring an amount, and you'll say it's a quiet, however many points. So in this case, a quiet 11 points from a Brinley Adler. And it stands out to me because the 10 from Kyla Ballou, all coming in the first half, felt like a really loud 10 points from her to start this game comparatively to the 11 points that ends up leading the way for them for Adler. She only makes 3 field goals in this game, gets to the line 8 times, but only makes 4 of them. Was able to force those switches, get away from Cawthorn, and when she did that, she was able to go to work against the guards for Franklin Simpson. But again, after that opening quarter, which was just attributed to tough shot making, so I think you could still include it, Franklin Simpson defensively against the Logan County team that ran some really good sets in this game, thought they did everything they needed to do.
Yeah, they did. And again, the problem with this Logan County team was in this game is that after the first quarter, they just couldn't get up shots. Yep. I mean, I'm going through it right in the second quarter, 7 field goals attempted. Third quarter, 6 field goals attempted.
Wow.
Fourth quarter, 9 field goals attempted. And so in that, they shot 16 for 34, which is a good percentage.
That's a really good percentage.
They just didn't get enough shots up to Franklin Simpson's 55, 23 for 55.
Franklin Simpson just continues to dominate overall on the glass, not just in terms of offensive rebounds. As a team that averages 31 rebounds per game, and for the most part, it's not even a number that they have to hit overall. They're going to hit it, mostly because of offensive rebounds. Defensively, they're not doing themselves any favors because they force so many turnovers. So it's not like they get a ton of chances for defensive rebounds. It's the offensive rebounds that have to carry a lot of that load. Again, 11 points leads the way for Adler, 10 points for Ballou, 9 points for Reese Wetton in this ball game before she ultimately fouls out. 5 points for Mason, 2 apiece for Holloway, and Avery Thompson round out the scoring for Franklin Simpson, or for Logan County in this game. On the other side, Larisha Cawthorn, 21, 15 points for Jasmine Savage with 5 3-pointers, 10 points for Chloe Smith, who made 2 3-pointers in this game. She had made 1 all season coming into this ball game. 6 points for Vanessa Ray, 5 for Lanaya Brown, and then 3 points apiece off the bench for Majayla Butler and Mackenzie Taylor. Lady Cats go 9 for 15 at the free throw line as a team. Logan County 5 for 12. Lady Cats make those 8 3-pointers. Logan County make just 2. As your final score, 63-39, Franklin Simpson takes it over Logan County. We're still waiting to see if Coach Taylor is going to be able to climb up into the bleachers and join us. So, TV, we're going to do one of my favorite things, which is a little bit of a hybrid preview, and we'll switch back if we need to on the side of the Lady Cats. Let's get you set for the boys matchup between Franklin Simpson and Logan County. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we flip the switch, and in between, we'll have some interviews along the way, I'm sure. You're now listening to Franklin Simpson Wildcat basketball as they get set to take on the Cougars of Logan County in the second half of our boy-girl doubleheader here on 92.3 WFKN. Let's just do a minute here.
Okay. But whenever y'all are talking, it'll probably be on now. Okay. It's a new app.
Yeah, really on UTB.
Yeah.
Getting you set now for the boys matchup between Franklin Simpson and Logan County here at Logan County High School. The Wildcats 4-11 overall on the season, 1-0 in 13th district play. The Cougars of Logan County 8-8 overall. They've won both of their district games and won apiece against Russellville and Todd County Central. Logan County are the reigning 13th district champs. Franklin Simpson swept them in the regular season last year. In fact, they swept everyone in this district in the regular season last season before falling in the district tournament at Russellville. The fourth-seeded Panthers pulled off the upset on their home floor, taking advantage of being the host for that district tournament. The Wildcats coming into this season looking for vengeance against this district overall, and that path continues tonight here at Logan County. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb. If you're watching on Channel 9, I promise TV is here too. He's not invisible. He didn't go anywhere, I swear. Franklin Simpson, we said this at halftime of the girls' game, played well enough to beat Greenwood. There are a lot of games with those 11 losses this year that you would say Franklin Simpson played well enough to win but wasn't able to finish the job. And now they get a Logan County team that realistically is really similar to the Lady Cougar team that we just saw, in that their formula to winning is going to be three-pointers and getting to the free throw line. When they get to the line, they win. When they don't, more than likely, they lose. When they don't make three-pointers, they lose. If they make three-pointers, they win. It's a very simple formula, a formula that in the girls' game went in the favor of Franklin Simpson. As we said before the break, we're going to do a bit of a hybrid here. So there your quick preview of the boys' game, as now head coach Ashley Taylor has made the trek up the bleachers, put on the headset backwards. This is only her 5th year doing this. She's never done this before.
4.5.
Well, I was willing to round up for you. I'm going to start with one number, Coach. 8 3-pointers your girls make tonight. The season high was 4 coming into this one. I know Sav's been waiting for that game. She hits 5 from outside. Chloe Smith makes 2 3-pointers in this game, for goodness sake. I know for you and the girls, this is a team that's been capable of these type of shooting performances and had to feel great to watch those go through over and over tonight.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we know we didn't shoot it well when we were going at the two-way, and that was kind of everybody's what they were talking about. But we got home, got back to work. Jazz fully healthy. We took off the ankle brace. That kind of helped with her. Man, she worked so hard. I told you last game, we never lost faith in how she can shoot it, and you guys got to see it tonight.
How many three-pointers do you think she took this week? Just in total in practice.
Well, the day we got back was 150 on the gun. So
I heard her and Jermaine.
practice.
I heard her and Jermaine talking about it. He was like, "We're getting right back into rhythm," because the main thing for her was getting back into rhythm, which an injury can certainly mess up along the way. I was talking to TB about it after the game. If she just goes, I mean, tonight she goes 5 for 9. If she just goes 3 for 9, it's going to be tough for any team to beat your Franklin Simpson girls. Albeit tonight, Logan County came out and they played like they wanted to win this game. Offensively, they were making some really difficult shots at the beginning. What was your message to the girls in that opening timeout to really right the ship and get things going as they should have been? From that point on, your girls controlled this game.
Yeah, you know, we worked so much since we came back about on offense. And so our ability is always on the defensive end. And so what we're trying to do is with our girls is we got to put a whole game together.
Yeah.
You got to be able to do both. And so I thought we were really good offensively tonight. We were very efficient. I thought we looked really good offensively. I didn't like our transition offense, but I liked our half-court offense. But I thought that we were just lazy on defense. I just thought, you know, for me, defense is an effort mentality, and I just did not like the way we looked on it. You know, we got the weekend off. We come in. We don't play again until next Friday, so definitely Monday will be a defensive practice.
I'm glad that you bring up the half-court offense, because that's all we talked about that so much during the broadcast. My target number was 40. I said, let's get over 40% shooting from the floor. We were able to get there. Looked a little dicey at halftime, but in the half-court in particular, the girls really settled in. And I know that's something that if you wanted to, you could get out and run all game long. And that's going to be something that can win you a lot of games in the district, in the region, but things change when you get on the big stage. How important is it to continue to work out those kinks in the half-court offense while you've got the opportunity in games like this?
Definitely. You have to, man. You have to be able to win in multiple different ways the longer you keep going in this. And so not being one-dimensional was a huge thing for us coming into this season. And so what I'm looking for more now is us to just put all the pieces together.
Jasmine, she walked off about 15 feet. She was trying to figure out where to get through the sea. I mean, you were a pro. You were able to come right up here. But
been here, done this. You got to get better.
I'm excited to give a player of the game to Jasmine Savage. Coach, thank you for taking the time. Enjoy the week off, and we'll see you next Friday.
All right, see you then.
That's Coach Taylor joining us after the Lady Cat win. Jasmine Savage now has made her way one way or another up here. It took the beaten path, the road less traveled, although I don't know if there is a road that is normally traveled to find your way to get up to where we are stationed, about 6 rows off the court. Sav, 5 threes tonight. 5 for 9 for you from outside. The thing that stood out to me most is the very first one you took goes in. From that moment on, could you just tell that this was one of those nights?
Yeah, I think getting that first three to go down always gives me that motivation. It's like, okay, I'm feeling it tonight, so let me just keep shooting it.
You were really active, too, on defense, and that's something that I've noticed for you. I know last year at times we would talk about that.
Yeah.
And it's something that stood out to me at the two-way, in particular that first game against Nelson County. They give us the plus-minus, so when people are on the floor, what the differential was in the game. And despite the shooting, and I believe it was the same way in the second game against Franklin County, too, you led us in plus-minus because of everything you're doing on the defensive end. Do you feel like you've continued to grow in that area? Do you feel like you've continued to get more active defensively?
Yes, the coaches have actually talked to me about that. They feel like I've grown in that area as well, and that's something that I've really, really worked hard on from freshman year to now to really work on, and I think I have, and I'm really proud of myself with that.
How's the ankle feeling?
It was good. See, no brace tonight, actually. So
it's amazing what happens when you take an ankle brace off.
Yeah, I think I was favoring it a little bit, so I think the ankle brace let me play free.
I've got to ask you, what is more exciting for you, making 5 3-pointers in a game or watching Chloe Smith make 2 3-pointers in a game?
Chloe, I was so excited when I seen her shoot the ball because in practice she shoots it all the time, but coaches are like, why don't you do that in the game? Why don't you do it in the game? She took those shots. We was all excited.
Jermaine told me he believes that she's the second best shooter on this team.
She really is.
You think that's true?
Her balls look good. They always look good.
She shoots it. Well, my dad would always tell me, and he would say it typically when I missed or if I airballed. He would tell me a ball had good rotation on it. That was like the only compliment he could give it. Hers legitimately do. And
it does.
You tonight, you get going from outside. The team as a whole tested at the beginning. Logan County came out. They were making tough shots. I asked Coach Taylor about this, but how do you think you and the girls were able to settle in to really take control of that game after that opening flurry that Logan County came out with?
Well, I think it just took us time to settle down and understand, like, okay, we got this. All we have to do is execute on the defensive, offensive end. I feel like we struggled on the defensive end altogether tonight, but I feel like, we started to believe in ourselves and understood that we got this and we're on top.
So I asked Coach Taylor this. I'm going to ask you because she didn't have a solid answer. How many 3-pointers do you think that you took this week in total? Because I know there were a few extra thrown in there. I know because I heard you and Jermaine talking about it after the two-way. I know it was 150 off the gun immediately when you got back.
Yes, including this game or just
you could include this game if you want to.
Close to 200, 300 maybe?
Goodness. Well, keep the 200, 300 a week going. It's working. Well,
it was mandatory.
It was mandatory. Hey, I was about to say, I don't think you had much of a choice on that.
Yeah.
Sav, congratulations on the win. Stick around. We're still out of medals, so I said I owe you on our medal, but TB's going to take your picture anyway. You're still our player of the game. Congrats on the win. Congrats on being our player of the game. And I would say enjoy the week off, but I know for you it's not really going to be a week off, is it?
Well, we got 2 days off.
There you go. For you guys, that's pretty close to a week.
1 in a million.
All right, Sav, appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Jasmine Savage, our Pelican Snowballs player of the game here tonight. Tonight's Pelican Snowballs of Franklin player of the game is Jasmine Savage. With over 100 snowball flavors, Pelicans is the perfect place for you and your family to get a treat. Be on the lookout for the start of their next season. We're going to step away one more time. When we come back, we get you the final details and get you set for tip-off between Franklin Simpson and Logan County on the boys' side here on 92.3 WFKN.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot.
for a place to connect, grow, and worship, discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust them.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank, is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Johnson went 3 for 3. He's really heated up from outside. He's made 3 threes in 3 of the last 4 games, and worth noting, he's made at least 1 3 in every game that Franklin Simpson has won, 10 total across their 4 wins, so 2.5 per game. He can be a key indicator of how a game is going to go for Franklin Simpson. Cam Ray, our player of the game for the boys against Greenwood, was the only Wildcat in double figures with 11. He's been in double figures 7 times in the 11 games that he's played this season. Jakai was held to just 6 points in that game, 3 for 9 from the floor, 0 for 3 from outside. Didn't get a field goal or a free throw attempt, TB, and that was really the main thing for Franklin Simpson in that ball game. As a team, they only got up 6 free throws. They averaged 14 attempts per game as a team. It's a key number for them. They've got to try to get to that 10 free throw made mark, and that's going to be a number that both teams are pursuing. I mentioned this with Logan County earlier. Just like their girls, they get to the line a lot. They've made at least 10 free throws in 7 of their 8 wins. They've been under that number in 5 of their 8 losses, 1-4 on the year when they fail to make double-digit free throws, and they're coming in off of a season-high 10 3-pointers made against Todd County. Their magic number from outside is 6. They've made at least 6 3-pointers in 7 of their 8 wins. They haven't made more than 6 in a loss and been under that number in 4 of their 8 losses this season. But the star, TB, the standout player, the key guy that you've got to take care of if you're Franklin Simpson, is big 6'6" Samson Hightower for Logan County, who isn't just a traditional big. He likes to operate on the wing.
Yeah, having him on the wing is huge for Logan County team, because he stretches the floor. You're going to have your biggest guy on him, because if he gets down low, he's going to have the shot to be able to make. And if you're Franklin, you got to have a complete game here. You can't have a half of great basketball and a half of failing basketball.
Unlike the Logan County girls, this is an extremely experienced Cougars team, as you'll see from the starting 5. The coach is really the only one that lacks experience. 3rd season as head coach of the Cougars is Josh Frick, who inherited a 1-27 team his opening year, won 9 games his first season, went 16-16 last year, continues to build up here at Logan County. They've got 3 forwards in this starting lineup and 2 guards. The forwards, Hightower, the 6-foot senior, averaging 17.6 points per game. 6'1" senior Nicholas Bland, he averages 7 points and 5 rebounds per night. And Brady Hinton, a 6'1" senior, number 22, averaging 4.5 points, 5.6 rebounds per game. The guards, Davis Switzer, a sophomore, one of the few underclassmen on this team. He's averaging 9 points per game, a 44% shooter from the floor. He's been in double figures 6 times this season. And then Nicholas Thomas, a 5'10" senior, averaging 6 points per game. He's made 23 3-pointers on the season. Their leader from outside is the 6'6" Hightower with 29 makes from outside on the year. He's also their best player at getting to the free throw line, a 71% shooter at the stripe, averaging 6 attempts per game. He's taken double-digit free throws 3 times this season. It's a team that, on paper, they've got a lot of different options. They've got multiple players off the bench that average at least 6 points per game. Franklin Simpson, though, if you go back to last year, did a decent enough job against Hightower. He scored 17 points in the first game played between these two teams. It was a 65-56 win for Franklin Simpson at home. He had 14 points in the second game here that Franklin Simpson won 52-41. The Cougars went just 3 for 15 from three-point range in that game. TB, this still, as much as we can talk about Logan County, I would say if you ask Coach Spencer, the number one priority for his Wildcats is they've just got to find a way to make shots.
They have to find a way to make shots, and they have to find a way to not turn the ball over. In the last couple of games, they just did a great job being efficient. They're getting points on the board. Like you said, Cameron, in the last couple of games, he's averaged around 14 points or so. Jakai around, 13 points for Cameron. Jakai around 10 and a half in the last couple of games. Just not efficient shooting. Turnovers have been a big factor. So for Franklin Simpson, you cannot lose possessions by turning the ball over, because this team will put up shots, and the more they shoot, the better they'll get throughout the game.
The Wildcats under 13th year head coach D. Spencer in the blackout uniforms here tonight with the blue checkerboard down the side, blue numbers, blue name outlined in white. The starting lineup goes 3 guards, 2 forwards, Cambray and Jakai Partinger. These offensive standouts for this team, the lone players averaging double figures. Kai, the team leader, at 12.5 per game. Cam at 10.5. Brody McAllister in the starting lineup once again for Franklin Simpson. He's really come on strong the last few games. It's scored 7 points in 3 straight before the Greenwood game. Only scored 4 in that game, but had some foul trouble along the way. And the 2 forwards, they're going to have to be huge tonight. Junior Cole Sharon on the season, averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds, had 8 and 5 against Greenwood the last time out. And Logan Morris, the 6'3" senior center down low, averaging 3.5 points, 3 rebounds per game. Both of those numbers continue to climb. Only had 5 points, but hit a 3-pointer in that game against Greenwood. The Wildcats need a complete effort against the Logan County Cougars in white uniforms with Navy numbers, Navy stripes, and Cougars written in a cursive font across the chest of the jersey. Tyler Eaton, Tavius Babb with you as the ball is thrown up. Jakai Partinger takes the tip from Hightower, and we're underway. Kind of right side, gets it to Ray at the elbow, leaves it from McAllister. His reverse layup doesn't get the bounce. Morris had the rebound, lost it, still battling for it, got it back, sends it out to Ray. Takes the 3 from the corner, now sends it out top to Sharon. Puts it on the floor and drive. Had it knocked away, trying to pull from 8 feet, and it's ripped down by Hinton.
You got to watch out for the alley-oop play. They like to go for it.
Right side 3-pointer missed long by Nicholas Thomas, and Partinger pulls down the rebound. They will operate extremely quickly offensively, averaging 58 points per game as a team. Jakai has it knocked away by Bland, and Logan County forces back-to-back turnovers. Hightower right side, faked a 3 and tried to kick it to the corner, but traveled before the pass.
And right now the pace is really going strong for both teams right now. I bet both teams would like just a little bit to settle down and try to find a good look.
Logan County wants to score and be able to set up their pressure defensively. They score 59 but give up 58. They're at their best when they're forcing turnovers. Ball goes left elbow, Cam Ray. Leaves it underneath. Beautiful no-look find from McAllister, who makes the layup. Brody, undersized at 5'10". He's a guard, but really operates as a forward down in there in the post. He's been guarding opposing teams' post players. Has really just been able to use his high IQ to be an impact player.
And the last 2 possessions just found his way open. Nobody near him in both possessions.
Left side, 3-pointer on the way. Logan County can't respond with a miss from Hightower. Here comes Cam Ray. Cam into the front court, averaging 10.5 points per game on the season. Just 9 for 30 from the field over the last 4 games. But his strength is getting to the line. He averages 6 trips there per night. Jakai pulls up a floater from just inside the free throw line, hit every part of the rim, goes off the glass and down.
We've talked about it. He has a great first step, a great jab, and a great swing.
And with 2 minutes off the clock, Coach Frick is going to bring in 4 new players at this dead ball as the Wildcats get a block from Scherer against the driving Hightower. And immediately, 4 new Cougars come in. Hightower is the only player to remain in the ball game. This is where they differ highly from the Lady Cougars. They are going to throw a lot of bodies at you, including senior Tyler Johnson, who inbounds it on the right wing. Now they get it to Hightower, guarded by Scherer. Puts it on the floor, kicks it out left corner. Damani Goodlow, the junior averaging 4 per game, thought about a 3. Instead goes to Hightower, pump fake Scherer into the air, and draws the foul in the mid-range try.
And that's vintage D. Wade right there. I mean, he got him right up in the air and went straight into him. You can say that a veteran move.
Yes.
Somebody that knows how to score, knows how to score well. And so when you're looking at him, you're afraid of that jump shot, and so you kind of get a little antsy.
First free throw gets the bounce and falls. He's 71% shooter there on the season. Their best marksman from the stripe, 60% as a team. Went 11 for 16 in a one-possession win over Russellville, 10 for 17 in the blowout against Todd County Central. Second free throw. Good, and it's 4-2 Franklin Simpson early on. Ty Partinger drives right side, kicks it out. Scherer open for 3. Missed it long, but it's a long rebound, and Morris comes down with it. To Scherer right side, drives, gets cut up on the baseline, lost it. Good pressure that time from Goodlow, and Scherer loses it out of bounds on the baseline.
That's 2 turnovers to start the game right now for Franklin Simpson. Though they have the lead, you're going to have to cut down on those turnovers.
5:30 left opening quarter. Early on, FS leads it 4-2. Johnson left side, leaves it for Hightower, wrapping around to get it top of the key for a wide open 3. Miss, though. It's Titchener, who's a really good shooter. Rebound deflected out by Franklin Simpson. Will stay with Logan County. Titchener's their best percentage shooter from outside at 44% coming into this game.
And Elijah Wood set that up beautifully with the screen.
Hightower gave the inbound to Johnson, got it right back on the block, turns and scores. Counted with the foul against Morris.
His ability to hang in the air whenever he's going for a jump shot or any kind of layup, it's really helpful. He's already tall enough, but to be able to hang in the air as long as he is, able to really focus up and make the shot.
And again, not a traditional post player, but he can operate down there. As the free throw's good, he's made all 3 of his tries at the strike. And they lead it now 5-4.
A 5-point swing quickly in this quarter.
Jakai beats his man, gives it to Ray in the front court. Cam puts it on the floor, gets inside, leaves it underneath for Scherer, and he's found going up with a layup on the left block. Cam early on has been able to get into the paint at will.
And I know he's looking for the shot. I mean, we talked about it at length today in our family. We wanted him to be a little more aggressive in this game, and he is being aggressive. He is finding the open man. You want him to play smart basketball as well.
Scherer's first free throw up and good. We talk about this every game now with Cole. He's been under 10 in 8 straight games. Came out phenomenal to start the season. As the second free throw misses off the right side, we're tied up at 5. He's been in double figures 4 times this year, but hasn't done it again in those 8 straight games. Right side mid-range jumper swished home off the pump fake by Titchener in the corner, wrapped to his left and buried it from 16 feet.
And that's a tough shot because he's leaning to the left, shooting with his right.
7-5 Logan County, 4:45 left opening quarter. Scherer tries to get it to Partinger. It's deflected by a diving Goodlow, and Logan County is up with it. This bench unit is bringing the energy for the Cougars. Hightower commits an offensive foul driving. He pushes off against Partinger.
So far, both teams putting up the shots they want, not making not as much as they want to, and it's kind of rolled right now as far as shooting percentages go.
Brooks gets the inbound from McAllister. Jameer in the starting lineup for the first 12 or 13 games until Brody has taken that spot with how well he's played of late. Morris has it up top, fakes a pass to a cutting Ray, now looks on the right side and gives it to Jameer. Averaging 4 points per game on the season. Todd fakes a 3 left wing, jabs right, gets baseline all the way to the rim, left the layup short, and Hightower brings down the rebound. Ball comes up the near side as Ray tips a pass out of bounds into the Franklin Simpson bench with 4:10 left in the opening quarter.
On the offensive possession, Coach Spencer really wanted the ball to move around and players move off the ball. We've talked about that at length the past couple of games. The more they can move off the ball, the more opportunities it creates.
Especially their Kai beat the first 2 defenders. The third came to help. Somebody had to be open. As right side, Goodlow wraps the top of the key, spins off Brooks, gets inside. He walked with it. They didn't call it. Ray tips the rebound off the missed shot. It goes into the backcourt, and Hightower chases it down. It was tipped so he could grab it there for Logan County. Hightower crosses to get away from Partinger. Can't do it. Now it goes to Hitcher on the left side. Gets inside. Kick out Hightower. Takes another 3. Couple ball fakes. Now sends it over on the right wing to Elijah Woodard. Hightower springs off an off-ball screen, swishes home the three over Morris.
That's just a lack of communication right there for Franklin Simpson. You're going to have to communicate, especially with Hightower coming off the screen. You cannot allow him to be open.
They've got 10 points. Hightower has 8 of them. Ray takes a shot at the elbow. Then coming up from behind to knock it away is Goodlow. He lost it, but it's saved by Titchener. McAllister knocks it away from him, recovered by Johnson. Hightower pulls from the midcourt logo and rattles it home.
And that was a deep three. I mean, you don't expect him to take that kind of shot, but he has the range to be able to do that.
Franklin Simpson takes a timeout with 3:06 left in the first quarter. We get a foul called after the fact. We'll see if it was, they hold up at 23. I don't know if that means it was against Brody or Woodard. They call a foul against McAllister after the fact. We'll see if out of the timeout the ball stays with Franklin Simpson or what the deal is. Regardless, Logan County has 13 points, 11. Simpson missed it off the front side of the rim. Scherer, though, with an offensive rebound. Those have been hard for Franklin Simpson to come by, but they needed that one. Offense congested right now as Ray gets it on the left side, gives it to Scherer in the corner. Down low, Brooks goes to work against Hightower. Missed the reverse layup, and Samson Hightower gets the rebound himself. Fires it up the right side. Nicholas Thomas back in for Logan County, gives it to Hightower. Back to Thomas on the wing. Hightower sets a screen. Now they wrap it around the perimeter into the left corner to Bland. Guarded by Johnson. Tries to spin off, but walked with it. Took an extra step trying to spin from the elbow.
And I think Hightower really wanted the ball back.
He did.
He wanted to try to shoot another shot.
His season high is 27. He wants to give that a run in this game. 15-5, 2:15 left in the opening quarter. He's already got 13. Ja'Kai Partinger on the right wing. He's got 2. Brody McAllister has 2. And then 1 point for Cole Scherer. Franklin Simpson nearly turns it over again as another pass deflected. It looks like the Franklin Simpson Lady Cat defense, but Logan County slid out of bounds on the baseline trying to save it.
Right now, the Franklin Simpson team just really aren't making very effective passes, pretty lazy passes right now. And so if you're Franklin, you're going to have to create some sort of offense and really move without the ball.
Hightower gets his first breather. Cam Ray will inbound from the baseline for Franklin Simpson. Johnson got it, slid and fell. And
I believe he lost the ball.
He lost the ball, but they're going to say it was last touched by Goodlow for Logan County. I think a fortunate break there for Franklin Simpson. Mm-hmm. Ray will inbound again, directing traffic. Ja'Kai comes to get it in the corner. Guarded one-on-one by Bland. Waves off McAllister as Wildcats trying to set up their half-court offense. Scherer on the right wing, left-handed dribble, gives it to Cam. He pulls for 3 from the left side. Missed it long, and the rebound is pulled down by Bland. Gives it off to Goodlow, brings it across half court himself all the way to the rim. Missed the layup long, rebound batted around, and Logan County clears it. Left side three-pointer for Thomas. Missed long, and Ja'Kai Partinger rips that one down. And then he's fouled from behind quickly by Goodlow.
If they would have made either of those shots, this arena would have imploded.
Well,
right now,
there we saw what Coach Spencer talked about after the game last week. If you heard us our last game on Tuesday, if you heard us operating through the earbuds for the final portion of that game. that his team relies too much on out-jumping people rather than boxing out. That's what happened on that first offensive rebound. Ball was just batted around and nobody got it. Ray gets it, goes right to the rim, draws a foul, count the basket, and one. And Coach Spencer sits over there, puts his hand out like, you see what happens, Cam. Take it, try to score, and you will get fouled.
He is really effective, especially in transition, going straight downhill, not really doing too much dribbling. And when he can get to the rim, he is great at drawing the fouls. And if he can start converting these shots, these layups, he can really turn up the scoring.
He has to try to score for 4 quarters in this game. Missed the free throw, and it's 15-7 with 1:20 left. Near side, Davis Switzer brings it up for Logan County, bumped into McAllister and lost it. Scherer up with it for Franklin Simpson. He has it knocked away, but Ja'Kai comes away with it. Now brings it into the front court. Partinger all the way to the rim. Layup with the left hand, just missed it. And the rebound is cleared by Hightower.
You got to have that one.
Clearly the game plan now is to get the ball to the rim for Franklin Simpson. Hightower throws a jump ball. Bland pulls it down at half court, now sends it over on the right wing. Baseline, Hinton tries to go to work, and he walked with it, pressured by McAllister. And this one's gotten fun, especially now, TB, because the two student sections are going to war, trying to make more noise than each other.
And I think the great thing for Franklin Simpson right now is off of that Cameron make, and even though he missed the free throw, they were able to set up in their full court pressure, yes. And that sped up Logan County. They're not able to really operate right now, speeding up as much as they have.
Ray fakes a handoff to Johnson, gets in the corner, gets inside, kicks it out. McAllister operates off a screen and gives it to Johnson. Now to Xavier Hampton in for the first time. Scherer top of the key, ball moving well now. Ray jab left, trying to get inside, but they call him for a travel.
You got to keep your feet planted right there on those jab steps. Right now, if you're Franklin, you want to stay in this full court pressure. Even though the ball stopped, you don't want to allow them to get into their half court set.
And they bring in Ja'Kai Partinger for that purpose. It's a small lineup right now. Scherer's the only big with 40 seconds left in the quarter. Logan County able to break it as Switzer blitz past his man. They've got numbers. Right block layup, good. McAllister tried to recover. He committed the foul, and Logan County gets the basket from Nicholas Thomas.
That was the first time I'll say that was a poor foul by McAllister. Yeah. Very uncharacteristic by him. You cannot allow a foul like that, even if you give up the 2 points. It's bad enough, but if you're Franklin, you're probably going to hold for the last possession. Usually that's Coach Spencer's tendency, and you got to convert some kind of good possession here.
35 seconds left in the quarter. It's 17-7 as Thomas misses the free throw long. Johnson trying to chase down the rebound. He's double teamed. Needs to get it to somebody. Throws a jump ball. Unfortunately, it goes to Ja'Kai Partinger. Under 30 seconds left in the quarter, and Kai slows it down at half court. Coach Spencer wants Cam to come get this basketball, and he's clearing everybody out. He wants everybody out of the way and wants Cam to be able to go to work. He's going to probably signal somebody up for a screen. We'll see if it's an ISO or a pick and roll. It's a straight ISO. They leave Xavier Hampton open on the block. He pump fakes a man into the air and draws a foul. That'll be 2 free throws for Zay Hampton.
And that's what opens up when Cam is very much attacking. The defense is going to have to respect that, and that's what opened up the play for Xavier Hampton to be wide open and draw the foul.
7 seconds left in the quarter. Xavier Hampton will take 2 free throws. 9 for 16 at the line this season as Wildcats trail at 17-7. It is very clear early on what the game plan is going to be offensively for the Wildcats, as Zay's first free throw is good. Cam will get a breather for the final 7 seconds of the quarter. Brooks takes his spot. Logan County going to bring in a sub as well to get Switzer back into the ball game. Bland comes out.
You have to find Hightower regardless of the make or miss.
Brooks is beside him down in the box. He's the only Wildcat down there. Free throw is missed. Hightower gets the rebound, gives it to Switzer, gets it right back at half court. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, contested 3. He draws a foul. They fouled him on the 3-point try.
And that's the attention he draws. I mean, you know he's lethal from 3, especially in transition. And so, I mean, again, just a very bad foul by Franklin Simpson. They played that last possession really well and then gave up 3 free points.
First free throw good for Hightower. He's now 4 for 4 at the free throw line in this game. He's made a couple 3-pointers. He's got 14 of their 18 points, make it 15 of 19. He is catching these and firing immediately. And there are 0.2 of a second on the clock. Hightower fires up the final. It's good. Wildcats will just have to inbound to bring the quarter to a close. The story of the opening frame, Samson Hightower. 16 points, 2 3-pointers, 6 for 6 at the free throw line, and his Logan County Cougars lead at 20-8 at home over the Franklin Simpson Wildcats in this 13th District matchup. You're listening to Franklin Simpson basketball on 92.3 WFKN.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Next trivia question for tonight. Who hit the game-winning layup in overtime to beat the defending state champions, Henry Clay, in the quarterfinal? Henry Jones finished that game.
20-8, Logan County leads as they have possession to start the second quarter over Franklin Simpson. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb as it's been all Cougars early on. It's been all Samson Hightower early on as he flashes on the block. They don't get it to him. Instead, it goes up top. Switzer in the middle of the lane, open for a moment, was Hinton, and he's able to go to work late, even though they didn't get him the ball on time. Still just faces up, gets what he wants, and it's 22-8 Logan County.
And the majority of their shots are either coming in the paint or on the three-point line. In that quarter, 6 for 13 for Logan County. For Franklin Simpson, only 3 for 11.
Up top, Ja'Kai Partinger just took steps with it. Coach Spencer confused by the call as the official demonstrates. D then said that was only 2 steps that you showed me, which in fairness, he did only show him 2 steps. So I've yet to see, unfortunately, the discussion ever overturn a call, and Logan County will inbound by their bench.
And interesting enough, even in that quarter, the turnover battle wasn't that bad. It was only 6-4. Franklin Simpson committing most of those, but again, when you have Logan County who's just out shooting and out pacing right now, it's really hard to create something happen.
Down low, Switzer flashes open, but the Wildcats close well on the block. Brooks able to knock it out of bounds on the baseline. It'll stay with Logan County there. The Cougars up 22-8, 7:15 left before halftime. Switzer gets the inbound in the corner, gives it to Hightower. Now being guarded by Morris. Fakes a pass, faces up, goes left, kicks it out. Wildcats double-teamed him. He got rid of it to Titchener, who drives in. Ray tries to draw a charge. No call, and Titchener makes the floater. Coach Spencer takes a timeout, and I think the timeout is just to ask the officials how that wasn't a charge.
Yeah, I don't know. He seemed like he got set under the rim, and they just gave it a no call.
Well, for us, it allows you to tell you that the second quarter is brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. If you ask Coach Spencer, the officials might need to pay a visit. At Wilkins Eye Care, we love the Wildcats and support all the players and coaches eye care needs. We are accepting new patients, so call us at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin, Kentucky. That was one of my favorite things when I started doing Franklin Simpson football with Brian Talley. The officials were always sponsored, but football, basketball, baseball was always sponsored by Eye Care. As the Wildcats out of the timeout trail at 24-8 with 7 minutes left in the opening half. 2 points apiece for Cam, Kai, and Brody lead the way for the Wildcats. Kai has it on the left wing, 3-2 zone look for Logan County defensively. Kai left side, passed it, got it back. Now sends it over to Brooks. Cam in the corner. He's open for 3, fakes it, didn't take it, and gives it out to Brooks, who wraps the top of the key. Fakes a pass left, looks right, there's nobody there, and goes back to Ray. Corner, Ja'Kai Partinger, he's going to pull the trigger. Rattles off, no good. Brooks mistimed his jump trying to get the rebound, and then stepped out of bounds with a hand on the ball on the baseline.
You got to make some shots if you're Franklin Simpson. I mean, nothing's falling, but you got to create some sort of offense and make something fall.
5 or more three-pointers made in 5 of the last 7 games. They have not made one tonight. Made 7 against Greenwood in the loss earlier this week. Hightower, top of the key, guarded by Partinger. Gives it up on the left side, Titchener, who sends it out to Switzer for a 3, and he drains it from up top.
So far, this Franklin Simpson team have not defended the screens at all. It's created so many open looks for this Cougar offense.
27-8, they lead it. A 7-0 run to start the quarter. Partinger again from the left corner, misses long, and Tyler Johnson goes up to get the rebound for Logan County. Brings it across half court to Hightower up top. Drives in, kicks it left corner. Switzer again. Hits again. 30-8 Logan County. They've already made 4 3-pointers.
And I was going to say 4 for 4 in the quarter alone.
Wow. Ray sends it over to Brooks. Gives it to Partinger up top, has it at the midcourt logo. That time got away with a walk. Steps in, he's going to try another 3. Missed it off the left side. They're daring him to shoot from out there. Up ahead, Hightower steps back into the corner, drives against Partinger, trying to slam it home against Brooks, who fouled him. And Hightower, smiling after the contact, will go to the line for 2 free throws.
And right now, the Franklin offense has just stalled. I mean, there's been no ball movement, no player movement.
Well, the plan, we saw it at the end of that first quarter, was Cam or Kai get to the ball to the basket. And that has completely gone away here in this second quarter.
It looks like he might have got hit.
Hit in the eye. Might have lost a contact. Or it got messed up. Officials call a timeout. 30-8 is the Logan County lead over Franklin Simpson in the second quarter, brought to you by Wilkins Eye Care. They are accepting new patients. Call at 270-776-2020 to make an appointment with Wilkins Eye Care in Franklin.
Hey, Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go, Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.
So if you're Franklin Simpson, you got to really lean in to driving the basketball, even in the mid-range, maybe taking a couple of those, and really staying away from this 3 that just really isn't falling right now. You can't get all of the points back in one possession.
Yep.
You got to take it one possession at a time.
It's interesting because you can look back at Greenwood earlier this week as the example. The 3-pointers were not falling for the Gators. So in the second half, they came out and they started to drive the basketball. South Warren as well. In that game, that's an amazing South Warren team from outside. Nothing was falling in the first half. They come out in the second half. They drive the basketball over and over as Hightower makes the first free throw. He's now 7 for 7 at the free throw line in this game, already with 17 points.
So again, if you're Franklin Simpson, you got to just clear out everything in your mind that's happened up to this point.
Second free throw rattles off. Scherer gets the board with 5:15 left before halftime. Ray up the right side to Partinger up top.
The 3-2 zone is daring Franklin Simpson to shoot.
It leaves those corners open, and Franklin has not been able to take advantage. Cam holds at the half-court logo, directing traffic. Scherer comes to get it on the wing. He's being pressured tightly by Titchener. To Cam, left corner, Easton Kelly open for 3. Missed it long. That's the right set to run against it. It's just not falling. Ball poked away in the backcourt. Switzer nearly had it taken away by Partinger. Gets it back, gets inside, flips up a runner. Kelly tried to draw the charge. No call either way, but he missed it, and it's rebounded by Franklin Simpson. Here comes Partinger.
You got to get some offense. You got to get something to move in the middle of the paint. They're leaving the middle of the paint wide open. If you can get it there, then you can make a pass from that spot and get something open.
Partinger has it up top, sends it to Scherer in the right corner. Looks down low, now sends it back to Jakai. Fakes a pass, now whips it over to Cam. Into the corner, Morris takes one dribble, picks it up, now sends it back out to Ray. Cam, double team, sends it out Partinger, puts it on the floor. Gets to 12 feet, and he makes the mid-range jumper. And again, Coach Spencer just puts the hand out and says, see what happens when we get inside the three-point line.
Yeah, you have to attack the zone and make it move. If you're just standing around, nothing's going to happen. If you attack it, you draw the defense in, and you create opportunities.
Switzer guarded by Ray on the right wing. Crossover dribble gives it to Hightower. Fake to deep 3, instead goes into the corner to Titchener. Now wraps it up top. Hinton. Morris picks him up, puts it on the floor. Right side Switzer gets inside, barrels through Scherer. There, the charge is called.
And I think Franklin has wanted a couple of those calls. I mean, there's been, in my opinion, a couple pitch-perfect charge calls that couldn't have had. But if you're Franklin Simpson, if they continue to drive like that, you keep on doing it. You chip away.
And again, Logan County brings out every player but Hightower. This is the rotation. 4 men in, 4 men out. They'll just rotate those guards around him.
And they switch the look. Now they're in man-to-man.
And this favors Franklin Simpson. Ray puts it on the floor, now gives it out to Kelly. Being pressured tightly on the far side. Kai comes to get it top of the key. To Johnson on the right wing. Cam is trying to post up against Goodlow. Gets it on the baseline, spins, gets inside. Foul called on the floor. In the NBA, he'd have an and one. Instead, it'll be a baseline inbound.
And for a guard so small, I mean, he's posted up a couple of times in this game. He can really work because he has a bigger frame than you would imagine somebody his size to have.
One-on-one, he can beat any of these guards off the dribble.
Exactly.
He'll inbound down low as Goodlow has to come out with his second foul.
Hightower towers over him.
Kelly gets the inbound, gives it to Scherer, drives in from the wing, lost it, got it back, kicks it out. Kelly holds it and gives it over to Jakai. Up top, Johnson. He'll pull from 4 feet off the top of the key and swish it home. That one, Coach Spencer put up the hands like, well, that was an empty shrug. He's like, if it goes in, it's a good shot. If it misses, he'll sit on the bench for a few minutes. Needed that one. It's 31-13. Kelly picks off a pass. Brings it across in transition. Holds it on the left wing and carried.
That could have been the possession to really swing the momentum. Again, like you said, a deep three from Allen Johnson. And to note, Cameron now is matched up one-on-one with Hightower, the smallest person on the court, with the tallest person on the court.
And he picks up a foul, pressuring him near half court. Again, disagreement. Coach Spencer loves the effort. It's the first foul against Cam. Both teams now with 2 fouls with 2:43 left before halftime. The defense has been much better in the second quarter. You just got to find a way to get the offense going. And Cam picks up another foul in the backcourt. Upset about it, Coach Spencer tells him he's fine.
Well, I think that he agreed with that call because he had his hands on him. You can't hand check in this league right now.
Hightower gets it again. This time Woodard sets a hard screen, and that's an offensive foul. Just rammed into Cam.
She went straight into him, trying to get Cam off him. And then, again, that's the defensive pressure that Cam can offer. If he's sticking to him, you kind of make people play a little uncharacteristic. Going back on that last possession, Cameron on Hightower kind of forced him around the half-court area to make a bad pass. And if you're Franklin Simpson, you keep this defensive pressure up, you can go on a run in the last 2.5 minutes of the quarter.
Cam brings it across half court, gives it to Kai on the left wing. Being swiped out, corner to Kelly, fakes a pass, needs to get it to somebody, sends it up top to Scherer. Makes an athletic catch, puts it on the floor. Kelly in the corner, again trapped, throws it cross court. Johnson, it was over his head and out of bounds into the Logan County student section.
Coach Bennett wanted them to settle down. It looks like the Cougars are kind of switching back from zone to man to throw different looks at Franklin Simpson. You got to adjust. You got to read the defense and make the right pass.
Johnson come out, Brooks in, and now Jameer will take that matchup of Hightower. Just going to rotate fresh bodies on him to pressure him as much as they can. Ball goes into the left corner. Titchener wraps around the screen, gives it off to the roller, and that's a wide open Nicholas Bland who scores on the left block.
And the Cougars have only missed one shot this entire quarter.
Wow. Bardinger thought about it from up top, instead gives it off to Brooks, to Kelly in the corner. Now to Ray on the left wing. 33-13, Logan County leads it under 2 minutes left before halftime.
You got to attack the zone. You cannot allow them just to stand there with their hands up.
Left side, Brooks to Cam. It's getting stuck on the perimeter right now. That's been the problem. Cole cross court. Jakai left corner, fakes the three, gets inside, flips up the runner, missed it long, tipped it back up, doesn't go, tipped it out to Scherer. Jakai in the right corner, had a three-point look, didn't take it, and instead they'll reset with 1.5 minutes left before halftime.
Not too often you see Franklin Simpson with offensive rebounds, but if you'll take it every time you get it.
They've had a couple in this one. Logan County's not a great rebounding team. It's really Hightower or bust. As Ray gets it on the right wing, gives it to Brooks on the elbow. Down low, Scherer on the block, double teamed, and he stepped out of bounds on the baseline.
And right now, Franklin just can't buy a shot in this quarter. 2 for 8.
Scherer doesn't understand how a foul wasn't called. And that's something that happened against Greenwood. We saw Franklin get frustrated with the fouls or lack thereof. They're going to be what they're going to be over the course of a game. As Johnson brings it up for Logan County with a minute left before halftime. Gets inside, leaves it off on the baseline. Hinton, who scores around Hampton.
And it was just his ability to hang in the air again, just to make these layups.
Up top, Hampton over to Ja'Kai Partinger, being guarded loosely by Johnson with 44 seconds left before the half. Morris on the right wing. Jabs left, now gives it over to Brooks. He steps into a top-of-the-key three, and it gets the bounce. That ball died off the back of the rim. They're going to call it, are they going to give him a 3 or a 2? I think the toe was just behind the line. Johnson gets inside, falls down, gives it off to Titchener. Now they reset with Hightower up top. Gives it to Hinton. Brooks tried to gamble and steal it. It goes to Johnson right side. His three-pointer rattles out. Nobody boxed out for Franklin Simpson. And Bland goes up to get the rebound, and he's fouled.
And again, defensively, you play a good possession, and then you bail them out with a foul or an offensive rebound.
Bland wraps off a screen. Johnson gets it in the corner. Fakes the three, drives against Hampton, who poked it away from behind. That looked clean, but they're going to say he hit the wrist. And that will put Logan County in the bonus and be 2 free throws for Tyler Johnson.
And you got to understand, when the situation calls for you not to reach or foul to give your opponent free points, you got to understand that.
Johnson hasn't been to the line much this season. 9 for 14 on the year. 5'8" senior. Has been a staple, just solid player for this Logan County team, who lead 35-16 with a minute left in the first half. First free throw's good for Johnson. Alan Johnson comes in. Hampton out for the Wildcats after picking up his second foul. Second free throw good. And it's 37-16. They push that lead up over 20 once again with the 2 free throws. Franklin Simpson with 11 seconds to work with before halftime.
And I think they're going to let Cameron just try to go downhill again.
Lets it roll, picks it up just short of the half-court line. 10 seconds left. Tries to spin past his man and just lost the basketball. One-on-one with Titchener.
And the turnovers have killed him. We've talked about in the last couple of games, just the amount of turnovers. It's hard to overcome when you turn the ball over multiple times in a quarter.
Coach Spencer again wanted a foul there. He wants the same call that was called against Cam twice in the backcourt. Johnson brings it up, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. Gives it to Hightower, lost it off his own foot. Phillips up with it, then just lost the ball trying to throw up a half-court heave. And I'd say that sums up this opening half pretty well for Franklin Simpson. 37-16, Logan County leads it over Franklin Simpson. Samson Hightower goes for 16 points in the first quarter, only 1 in the second quarter, but as we'll talk about during our halftime discussion, the rest of the team stepped up with the efficiency. It was rare to find any misses of any kind for Logan County in that second frame, as the Wildcats are held to 8 points apiece in the opening 2 quarters. Again, 37-16, Logan County leads it over Franklin Simpson at the break. When we come back, we get you all the stats from that opening half, and we'll look back at the Lady Cat win to open the night here at Logan County High School. You're listening to Wildcat Basketball on 92.3 WFKN.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot, just like the fajita. I write what I live, my life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust it.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank, is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
In what would be one of the greatest games in
Back with you here at Logan County High School, where the 1984 state championship team is being honored for the home court of the Cougars, and doing so on what is shaping up to be a celebratory second half of the night. We'll see if the Wildcats have anything to say about it in the second half of a 37-16 game. Logan County looking to move to 9-8 on the season, and most importantly, 3-0 in 13th district play. The Wildcats looking to rally, and they be the ones to remain unbeaten in the district. Tyler Eaton joined by Tavius Babb. And TB, I mentioned this right before we went to the break. The first quarter was all about Hightower. Franklin Simpson erases him in the second quarter, but the rest of the team stepped up and then some for Logan County.
Yeah, for this Logan County team in the second quarter, they shot 6 for 7 from the field, 2 for 2 from 3, making their totals 12 for 20 from the field and 4 from 8 from three-point range. I mean, it seems like they got a handle on Hightower. They kind of got a game plan and adjustment to them. But again, on the offensive end, they just didn't have an answer for the zone. I mean, they took so many three-point shots in that quarter. They took less field goal attempts. 6 three-point shots attempted to 2 makes, 1 for 3 from 2. And so, I mean, if you're Franklin Simpson, you got to cut down on the turnovers and put up some shots, and good quality shots.
Finally made a couple threes in that second quarter, but a story from this one, and it depends on who you ask as to why this is the story. Wildcats just 2 for 5 at the free throw line. Logan County goes 6 for 6 in the first quarter. All of those from Hightower. They're 9 for 10 for the game. Wildcats, again, defensively make the adjustments that are needed against Hightower. He was getting clean looks in that opening quarter, getting bailed out by some fouls. The big one was the foul on the three-pointer that he tried to hit before the buzzer in that first quarter. Defensively, there have been some breakdowns. There have been open looks allowed. Credit to Logan County. They're just hitting those shots here tonight. But like you said, for Franklin Simpson, the default has been to try to shoot down this zone. It hasn't worked. When the Wildcats have gotten penetration, that's when they've created opportunities. It's happened just so few times tonight that it's tough to see in this second half if there's any adjustment for the Wildcats beyond just get the ball into the paint.
Yeah, I mean, you have to attack a zone when you're not shooting well. Usually you would shoot your way out of the zone, but if that's not working, you're going to have to attack around the free throw line and create opportunities to where you can get it either to the short corner or to the block to create these easy opportunities. You can't just keep on shooting threes. Granted, they made 2 in that second quarter, but all in all, I mean, this team just really hasn't found something to click. And on top of that, I mean, turnover-wise, you've given up 10 turnovers in the first half, and that doesn't help you at all.
4 points leads the way for Franklin Simpson from Ja'Kai Pardinger, 3 points apiece for Jameer Brooks and Allen Johnson. Cam Ray and Brody McAllister with 2 points. They both scored in the opening quarter, then 1 point apiece for Cole Scherer and Xavier Hampton. On the other side, Hightower leads with his 7. Davis Switzer scores 6 points with a pair of three-pointers in the second quarter. 4 points apiece for Jackson Titchener and Brady Hinton. Then 2 points for Tyler Johnson, Nicholas Blam, and Nicholas Thomas. You know this is going to be a team that has the depth advantage. They go 9 deep, 4 rotating around the big man in Hightower. Franklin Simpson has utilized the bench a good amount, and there are some games, TB, where you look at it and you say, yep, you're going to need the supporting cast to step up, but this really feels like one where the weight of a potential comeback is going to fall on Cam and Kai just because of what Franklin Simpson needs to do offensively.
Yeah, I think for Cam, you're going to have to create, you're going to have to be aggressive yourself and get into the paint and create opportunities for yourself and your teammates. And for Kyle, you're just going to have to make shots. I mean, he's shooting 2 for 9 right now in the game, 22%. And on the other end, you're going to have to play defense. As our sick and shut-in, Carlton Hogan once said, defense wins championships. And so if you're Franklin Simpson, you're going to have to turn the quarter around and make this Logan County team shoot less than 60% from the field.
And I know Carlton Hogan was the first one to said that. You probably gave him a jump scare looking up from playing Monopoly Go. Sitting at home.
I think he coined that term, if I'm correct.
Monopoly Go or defense wins championships.
Defense wins championships.
One of those two. Lady Cats know all about that. They win 63-39 in their district game against Logan County here tonight, moving to 2-0 in district play, the 63rd time in the last 4.5 seasons under head coach Ashley Taylor. They've held a team under 40 points. They have won all of those games. Larisha Cawthorn leads the way with a 21-point double-double, 15 points for Jasmine Savage with 5 3-pointers made. The big thing for Franklin Simpson in that game, and we knew it was going to be the case, would be the half-court offense. It's the same thing for the Wildcats here in the second half of this game, and it looked much better for the Lady Cats than it had the previous few games.
Yeah, the Lady Cats, I mean, they really put something together in this Franklin, in that offense where, like you talked about in the halftime, in the post game, if Jasmine Savage can make those shots from outside, it just opens up the entire game for these Lady Cats. And so going forward, you know, teams are still going to try to do the same thing. If you can continuously make that change to where your team can effectively play off of having 5 people with a foot in the paint, then your team can really make a deep run in these tournaments.
It sounds simple, but it's the difference between having to play offensively 4-on-5 and 4-on-4.
Exactly.
And realistically, what it turns into is anytime Larisha gets the ball, whether it's 1-on-4 or 1-on-5. And if you can just pull away one extra player, you do a lot of good for what she's able to do. It easily explains why she was able to have such a good game tonight. The Wildcats are going to need to find some kind of rhythm in this second half, trailing at 37-16. We talked about the penetration offensively, needing to get the ball to the basket. What do you think it's going to take overall, combining the two sides of the floor, for Franklin Simpson to piece together a comeback here in this second half, at least try to make this a game late, as we've seen them do multiple times? Bardstown immediately stands out as an example. Felt like that was going to end up being a runaway. Turns into a 4-point game with the final score in that one. What does Franklin Simpson do in the second half to try to give themselves a chance?
I mean, obviously, you're going to come off the court and making shots, but defensively, you're really going to have to hone in on this communication on screens. Time after time after time, we've seen this Franklin Simpson team kind of uncharacteristically just be lazy on guarding the screens when it comes to switching or hedging or icing either the pick and roller or off-ball screens. So if you're Franklin Simpson, you're going to have to worry about that. You're going to have to look and really adjust to overplay these screens and not allow them free range to the basket off those screens.
37-16, Logan County leads as we enter this third quarter, brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. As a former athlete at FSHS, Tanner Clark knows a thing or two about basketball and a thing or two about money. Tax questions or issues that you need consultation for, need bookkeeping or payroll done, Tanner and his team do it all. Call them at 270-586-9899. Tyler Eaton and Tavius Babb with you as the Wildcats scored just 8 points apiece in the first 2 quarters of this ball game. Final seconds tick off the clock before we get the second half underway. Defensively, the Cats are going to have to do a better job on those screens like you talked about. I'm fascinated to see if the approach is, we talked about this earlier with Hightower, is the goal just to break through those screens and try as much as you can to stay on your man and create some pressure, or do we start to see some more switches on those actions?
I mean, I think if you switch, you're going to have to guard. You're going to have to play it smart, right? If you have to know who's the three-point shooter, who's not the three-point shooter. You have to go over the screens. If they're a three-point shooter, go under if they're not.
Wildcats start the half with possession, 3-2 zone with Hightower in the middle of it, standing at the top of the key with those long arms out. As the Wildcats work it between Partinger and Ray. Left side McAllister didn't play much in that opening half. Gives it off to Ray. Just 2 points so far in the opening quarter. Down low, Morris fakes a pass, gives it to Ray. Thought about a right wing three, instead to McAllister. Left side Scherer into the corner, Kai. Guarded by Hinton. Tries to kick it back out to Cam, and it's kicked out of bounds by Nick Thomas.
And it seemed like there was an opportunity to attack whenever the ball got into the short corner. They're just going to have to recognize, hey, you can't shoot out of it. If you can dribble, drive, penetrate, you can create these opportunities.
And there are a lot of ball fakes off the catch. Attack off of those. As Kai holds it up top, Sherrod plants himself at the free throw line, but it goes to Cam on the right wing. Gives it back to Kai. Top of the key, sends it over to McAllister. Brody dribbles in the left hand, takes it into the corner, surveys and bounces it back to Jakai. Puts it on the floor at the elbow. Sends it out Cam Ray. 50 seconds have gone by in the quarter. Franklin Simpson still without a look. Now Kai steps into a long two. It's missed long, and Hightower pulls down the rebound, and he gets an offensive foul. He caught Scherer up around the mouth. They get him for a push-off in transition.
Fortunate for Franklin Simpson. Again, their offense just stalled, no really penetration. So, again, if you're Franklin, I think you just have to drive into them. You can't just stand there passing the ball around. You have to create your own opportunities. And I think he got maybe some blood.
Yeah, he did. He's going to come out for Allen Johnson. Courtney Benton will come down to work on him. 7:02 left in this third quarter. 37-16 still our score. Cam gets the ball in the backcourt, dribbles across, now sends it to Kai. Into the corner, Morris fakes a pass to Johnson outside. He pulls from 4 feet off the right wing, rattles off, and it's rebounded by Hightower.
And they're pressuring him full court, not allowing him to get any space.
Jakai's all over him, but Hightower spins away, leaves it on the left side. Bland able to slip around and score.
And again, it's just wide open. They've kind of just become lazy for everybody else on the court.
I think might have fell asleep watching Kai guard Hightower as he brought it up the floor. Cam spins away from the defender. Nice move on the baseline, but pushed the floater long, and it's rebounded by Hinton. Up ahead, Bland hit from behind by McAllister, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, offensively, the Wildcats just aren't making shots. And, I mean, that was a good look by Cam, a little step through on a pivot, but just couldn't make the shot and couldn't get it to fall.
Third foul on Brody. Second straight game we've seen him limited by foul trouble. And Logan County, too. They're banking on the Franklin Simpson misses. They're planning Hightower as well as Hinton down there to rebound, and everybody else is out and running. First free throw good for Bland. He's now got 5 points.
And Franklin Simpson has to make some sort of adjustment in this quarter if they want to chip back at this lead.
Bland's second one gets the bounce as well. He's got all 4 in the quarter. It's 41-16 Logan County. Bland averaging 7 per game. He's got 6 on the night. Johnson right corner tries a 3. I think Bland might have tipped it, but the rebound goes to McAllister. Hightower just lost it, and Brody the beneficiary.
They're pretty fortunate because I thought he was going to get that rebound, but
Hinton fires it to Bland, middle lane, again right to the basket, and gets the layup to go, working right to left, scooped it across his body. He's got 6 in the quarter.
I think if you're Franklin, you got to push the pace. You can't allow this game to play slow.
Jakai, top of the key, buries a triple. He needed that one. He continues to fire from deep. This is the 5th straight game he's tried at least 3 3-pointers. Left corner, quick trigger 3. Logan County tries to respond. It's missed by Thomas, and Kai pulls it down. In transition, Partinger gets past the first defender, beats a second, pulls from 10 on the baseline, missed it long, but McAllister gets the rebound, fakes Hightower into the air, and then makes the layup over Hightower.
And this is the run you need if you're Franklin Simpson. You got to play, you keep on playing that pace. We see the Cougars, a little almost platoon swap.
They're getting ready for those 4 subs to come in. 5:10 left in the third quarter. 43-23, Franklin Simpson trails Logan County. They found some life here. Switzer up top, gets away from Kai, drives inside. Cam tries to draw the charge, and they get a blocking foul.
Yeah, I think he was on the side of him there, just didn't get under him as he wanted to. That's his 3rd of the game, I believe.
It is. Switzer will take 2 free throws. He's got 6 points for the game, 70% free throw shooter on the season. Made a couple threes in that second quarter. He came into the night just 7 for 29 from outside and buried them back-to-back. As those 4 players come in on the wings, Hightower stays in. Switzer will come out if he makes the second free throw. With 5 minutes left in the third quarter, his Cougars leading it by 21, make it 22. That's the other thing. They are now 13 for 14 at the free throw line as a team. On the season, they shoot 60%.
You do shoot a little bit better when you're at home. So I mean and they're feeding off this crowd. Again, if you're Franklin, you got to push the pace. You just got to go attack the basket.
Cam gets the ball on the wing, tries to attack, spun and lost it off his foot. Picked up by Logan County. It's wrapped across left side. Titchener into the corner. Tyler Johnson wide open for 3. It's switched home.
And nothing's going right defensively for Franklin Simpson.
It's been everyone but Hightower since the first quarter, and still they put up points. Cam works his way around to the post, draws the bump that time against Titchener, and scores. Just posted up, went to work, spun off, and was able to draw the foul, getting around the defender.
And again, just his footwork, using his body. He even used his elbow a little bit there. It wasn't a foul, I'm not saying that, but used his elbow to get around his defender. And again, Franklin Simpson, you just got to string together like 4 or 5 good possessions.
48-25 now the score. Cam takes his second free throw of the game, makes that one. He's now got 5.
This is the closest scoring quarter.
Franklin's offense has looked much better. This quarter, it's been the defense. Near side, Titchener goes up to get it on the wing. Pass nearly deflected by Kai. Now it goes right corner. Woodard wants a 3. Missed well long. Partinger gets the rebound, but then he steps out of bounds on the baseline. Every time it feels like the Wildcats have a chance to turn momentum, something goes awry to kill the possession.
And especially given an extra possession, that's just the last thing you wanted.
And Johnson quickly gets it into Hightower, who scores wide open on the right block.
And here they go.
Cam hustles up, top of the key, sends it over to McAllister, left corner, gets around Woodard, inside, banks it in, and the foul. Brody McAllister has come to play in this quarter. He's got a new season high with 8 points. He had that string of 3 straight games with 7, and he can tie his career high with this free throw.
And 2 very good offensive rebounds by Brody as well that kind of put his team, just again, you're trying to chip away, gain a little momentum as the quarter progresses. If you're Franklin, if you can just get a couple of defensive stops, you can really turn this around.
Free throw came off flat, rebound tipped around, and it's pulled down by Titchener, but then it's taken away. Hampton inside scores. Lead is 20.
That's what you need to do. Create turnovers if you're Franklin Simpson.
Johnson flips it ahead left side. Titchener, left corner 3. Swishes it home. Logan County continues to respond. Here comes Ja'Kai Partinger. Drives against Hightower, gets inside. His runner misses long, and it's rebounded by Hinton. 53-30, Logan County leads, 3.5 minutes left. Tyler Johnson in transition, leaves it on the left block. Wide open there, and scoring is Goodlow.
They had a triple team in the front court.
The Wildcats, it felt like we're building momentum. Logan County responds with a quick 5-0 run. And with 3:25 left in the third quarter, the Wildcats take a timeout, trailing it by 25. This third quarter brought to you.
But 28.
Incredible efficiency. It'll be Phillips, Brooks, Johnson, Kelly, and Scherer on the floor for Franklin Simpson out of the timeout.
And they're switching to man.
Brooks will bring it up. We'll see who operates out of the point here as Jameer crosses. Looks at Johnson, instead goes to Kelly, top of the key. Now to Scherer on the right side. To Phillips in the corner. Works against Johnson, pulls up from 8 feet and buries the baseline jumper.
Might have got away with a little bump there on the baseline, but nevertheless, you'll take it.
Tyler Johnson has it at midcourt. 55-32 is the Logan County lead. 3 minutes left, third quarter. Hightower gets it on the elbow, gives it right back to Johnson. Drives in. Johnson blocked the shot, but Tyler Johnson got it back. Throws it out to Hightower. It was deflected. Tyler Johnson saves it in again, and Alan Johnson comes away with it. A lot of Johnsons. Here comes Phillips. He has it poked away from behind, and Franklin Simpson will keep it underneath their own basket.
They're pretty fortunate right there for Franklin Simpson. A lot of chaos happened there.
We'll see if they try to go to Allen here. Phillips will inbound.
Look for him at the corner.
Kelly sets the screen. Allen flares out. It's defended well, and instead it goes up top to Brooks. Pressured at the half-court line. Jabs now drives left. Gets all the way to the rim. Missed the layup, but he draws contact. We'll see if it's against Goodlow or if they got it on the help. They do get that against Goodlow, and that's his third.
And I wonder if the Cougars switch back to their zone Right now, Franklin really starting to get stringing some possessions along together. But again, that was against man-to-man.
They like this man with the bench unit, with the starters. They like that zone a bit more as Brooks' free throw hits the back of the rim, hit the backboard, and then missed. And now with Bland and Switzer back in, we'll see if they switch up the defense. Titchener comes off, as does Goodlow.
And you can say for Franklin Simpson, the free throw shooting isn't helping you. 3 for 8 is what I have in the game.
Make it 3 for 9 as Phillips had a chance for the rebound as well, but just dropped it. And Hightower comes up with it. To Hinton on the right side, puts it on the floor, gives it off to Tyler Johnson in the corner. To Hightower, guarded by Brooks, had it knocked away, then gets it back. Tyler Johnson, right corner 3. Left short, and Brooks comes in to get the rebound. 2:15 left in the quarter. Jameer caught on the top of the key, did a good job not moving the pivot foot, gives it out to Kamari for a 3. It missed, rebound tipped out. Good job by Bland to go up and hit it to Tyler Johnson, who brings it across.
And the difference right there is there was four Logan County players going for that rebound versus 2 Franklin Simpson.
Left corner, Hightower all alone for 3. That one misses off the heel, and then we get a foul on the floor. Going for the rebound, they call it on Phillips. Looked like it might have been against Easton trying to go over the back. One of the 2 fouled. And Logan County will inbound underneath with 1:53 left in the quarter. Hightower quickly gets it in. And it goes back up top. Johnson knocked away by Brooks, who saves it in front of the scorer's table, then has it taken away by Switzer. And then they get a bump on Jameer trying to fight and get it back.
Right now, Franklin Simpson just very frustrated with how this game has gone. In the quarter, 16-18 for Logan County. So, you've kept up the pace of scoring, but in the game that you're trying to come back, you're going to have to string together some defensive possessions.
1:43 left in this quarter. Hightower brings it up left side over to Tyler Johnson. Gives it up at the elbow. Hinton drives in, works around one defender, draws contact from another, and scores. They can do no wrong, it feels like.
And when you're playing that extended 1-3-1, the middle of the paint is wide open there. You're having somebody roam down on the baseline. If they're not able to rotate back enough, you just allow them to tee off at the basket.
Hinton's free throw misses. Johnson gets the rebound, and he's pushed from behind by Bland in doing so. And with both teams in the bonus, Allen Johnson will take 2 free throws.
And the starters are coming back in the game for Franklin Simpson, hoping to string together something in the last minute and a half of the quarter.
Got to find it somewhere. And mostly, defensively, the offense I don't think you'd complain about. As Allen will have 2 free throws. First one on its way misses long. It's a rare sight to see him at the free throw line. In fact, this is the first time he's been there this season.
As a team, 3 for 12 from the free throw line.
As the second one switches home, McAllister will come in for Allen, who now has 4 points in a 57-33 game, 1:34 left, third quarter. Tyler Johnson gets the inbound, gives it back to Hightower. Franklin Simpson trying to apply some full court pressure. And we're going to get a travel on the far side against Switzer before he made his pass cross court. Quickly, Allen Johnson will check back in with 1:27 now left in the quarter. Another opportunity, it feels like, for the Wildcats to string something together. We'll see if they take advantage.
Logan County back in the zone. I think you look for Allen Johnson maybe in the corner, see if he can maybe get something going.
Cam, he's going to try one. Nope, faked it from the wing. Now goes over to Kai from the left side, and his three-pointer falls. Now you got to pair it with a stop. 57-36, Hightower to Switzer.
They like to come back with a three-point shot.
Switzer gets inside, kicks it out. Tyler Johnson. Samson Hightower is wide open at the top of the key. They respond every time. He's got 22.
If you're Franklin, you push the pace. You get a quick shot out.
Thought Kai was going to pull from the top of the key. Instead gave it over to Cam. Back to Kai, right wing. Puts it on the floor. Gets inside. Step back. Cam fakes a three. Johnson, he's open from the left side. Swishes his three-pointer home. The shots are falling, but you got to get stops.
Again, if you're Franklin, you know they're looking for the three-point shot right back to follow.
Tyler Johnson on the far side. Jump ball thrown, but it's able to be chased down by Bland with 30 seconds left in the quarter. Left corner, Switzer fires up a three. It's short. Here's your chance. Rebound tipped up. Foul's going to be called. It is against Bland. So Franklin Simpson will get 2 free throws 25 seconds left in the quarter. Offensively, they've scored 23 points in the frame, but given up 23. If you would have told me coming out of the break, hey, Franklin scores 23 points in the third quarter, I'd feel pretty good going into the fourth.
I would too. You just got to make a couple of stops. You have to take this offensive possession as Cameron misses a free throw. Again, just adding to the free throw woes. You got to take this offensive firepower that you had. You got to go into the fourth and just tee off.
As a team now 2 for 7 at the line this quarter. You got to start knocking them down. Cam is 1 for 3 for the game. He's got 5 points, make it 6.
Big stop right here for Franklin Simpson. You got to go with some momentum into the fourth quarter.
60-40, Tyler Johnson sends it over on the left side to Titchener. One dribble, picks it up, back to Johnson in the corner, now to Hightower, 14 seconds. Fakes a pass, wraps to his right, guarded by Scherer. Cats bring the double team. Gives it off to Tyler Johnson in the corner. Drive, kicks, Titchener fires a 3, and he bangs it home off the back of the rim. Cam's half-court heave hits the ceiling. It is a low ceiling, to be fair. And with that three-pointer from Titchener, it remains true. Every time Franklin Simpson looked like they would piece a run together, Logan County immediately finds the response. And as we head into the final quarter, they lead at 63-40, scoring 26 in the third, even though the Wildcats, for their cause, put up 24. Again, that third quarter brought to you by Clark CPA and Advisory Group at 927 Brookhaven Road in Franklin. Call them at 270-586-9899. Cats trail it.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Back with you at Logan County High School, where the Cougars of Logan County lead at 63-40 over Franklin Simpson as we enter the fourth quarter. Wildcats scored 24 in the quarter after scoring 16 in the first half, but still get outscored by 2. Logan County has possession first to start the final frame. Franklin Simpson gets a steal with Jameer Brooks. Right block in transition. He scores the layup as well.
A great start for Franklin Simpson. Now you got to piece together some defensive stops because Logan County for the game shooting 58% from 2, 47 from 3.
Left corner, Hightower fakes a 3, guarded by McAllister. He's got 8 points and has been in there with his 3 fouls. Up top, Titchener fakes a 3, gets Brooks in the air, goes to the paint, and scores against Scherer.
If they go point for point with Franklin Simpson this game.
Titchener may not get the attention as Franklin Simpson misses a three-pointer on the other end, but he's a good ball player. Ball poked away by McAllister. Cam comes up with it, drives in, and charges through guess who? Titchener there to draw it. And that's Cam's fourth.
You just got to make a better play right there. You got to understand you have the numbers going the other way. For Franklin Simpson, again, it's like you piece something together real nice, and then the other end comes, and you can't buy a defensive possession.
Johnson brings it up. Ray behind him, gets inside, kicks it out to Titchener, guarded by Partinger. Hightower drives in, gets around Brooks, leaves it off on the baseline. Missing the layup is Bland. It was a good contest by Cam and not to foul. As Kai brings it across, top of the key, between the legs dribble, nearly lost it and does lose it. Titchener picked his pocket. On the other end, gets all the way to the rack. Ball floats up on the rim, and it falls through. Titchener looked back like he was going to pass it. That kept Kai from jumping to block it initially. Then he scooped it in quickly, and he's into double figures with 11.
And this zone has just messed up Franklin Simpson.
Kai fakes the top of the key, 3 drive, stops in the mid-range, kicks it out. Cam Ray triple, that's missed long. Rebound in the corner, chased down and saved by Hinton. Up ahead, Hightower and Jakai. An intentional foul in transition. Hightower went up ahead and flushed it down anyways, but he'll have to take free throws as Kai just grabbed him to stop it in transition.
And they might discuss if it was intentional.
He'll get free throws regardless.
Yep, and they did. They called it.
2 free throws and the ball for Logan County. Hightower already with 22. His season high is 27. It's the 9th time this year in 17 games he's scored at least 20 points.
For Franklin Simpson, I mean, again, offensively, in the third quarter, you came alive.
As Hightower makes the first free throw.
Defensively, you couldn't do anything against them. And then now back in this zone that they've played against these starters, they just haven't found anything to work.
Hightower makes both. He's got 24. He's made or attempted now double-digit free throws in 4 games. This is the 4th time he's done it this season. And he's got 4 double-doubles coming into this game. I wouldn't doubt, because most of the time those have been linked, all those free throw attempts and the double-doubles from the rebounds. I would not doubt that he's got double-double, number 5 on the season as well in this ballgame. Franklin Simpson takes a quick timeout. Coach Spencer wants to talk. Actually, every coach has picked out an official to talk to during this timeout. 69-42. Logan County leads it over Franklin Simpson in this 4th quarter. Wildcats had a breakthrough, it felt like, offensively, and that's going to be the main positive takeaway coming from this ballgame. That offensive third quarter for the Wildcats, who, again, have hit that 5 3-pointer mark in a ballgame. They've done it now in 6 of the last 8 games. They made 3 of their 5 3-pointers in that third quarter. Free throw shooting an issue, 5 for 13 as a team in this ballgame. But on the other side, Logan County, you talk about checking boxes. They've made 8 3-pointers in this game, and they're 13 for 15 at the free throw line.
They're shooting 22 for 36 from the field, 8 for 17 for 3. I mean, this team has just done numbers on this Franklin Simpson defense.
Which I'd love to say I could tell you 22 divided by 36 is 61% off the top of my head, but I just pulled out the calculator to do it. If you shoot over 50%, you've had a fantastic game. 60+% is incredible efficiency.
It is. I guess the one silver lining, even though, I mean, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, Franklin Simpson only lost by 2 in the rebounding battle so far. That's just because Logan County just hasn't really missed.
No. Hitchner will inbound underneath out of the timeout. Logan County with possession after the intentional foul, but he threw it away on the far side, and it will be Franklin Simpson ball. 69-42, 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the ball game.
For Franklin Simpson, you got to create something. They've switched to or maybe a little 1-3-1 as well.
McAllister wide open on the right block. Missed the layup for a career high. Rebound tipped out. It'll stay with Franklin Simpson. Was a great find from Cam from the wing to the block. Brody unable to finish. Scherer gets the inbound. Wide open from 12 feet. Left it short. McAllister charges in for the offensive rebound and gives it off to Ray. Kick out Johnson. Tees off for another 3, and he makes another 3. Allen into double figures for the 2nd time this season. He's got 10.
And over the past few games, I mean, he has just been deadly from 3. They just weren't able to get something with him early.
Hinton drives in from up top, leaves it off for Bland. Lost it, and it goes right back to Hinton, though. Being pressured to Hightower, drives baseline, contested finish, good, and the foul against Johnson.
And that's the hard part. He jumps so high that it's really hard to get any good contest when he has a full head of steam to the basket. I think if you're Franklin Simpson, honestly, you try to get Alan Johnson maybe some kind of action up top or in the corner to maybe get him open and let him shoot another 3. For this game, he's shooting 3 for 6 from 3.
I want it so we can have a career high. Him and Brody are right there knocking on the door. I just like for people to hit numbers. 71-45 our score. Speaking of numbers, Hightower has tied his season high with that free throw. He's got 27. Cam beats his man at half court, but pressured by Titchener. Swings over right side. Johnson fires for 3 again, and he swishes it home again. There's the career high for Alan Johnson.
And I think you just continue going back to him. You run some kind of action.
He has been playing his best basketball by far over the last 5 games. Down low, great find. Hinton was able to hit a cutting. Goodlow missed the layup, but Hinton gets the offensive rebound. Out to Hightower. Fakes a couple passes. Gets a screen. Crosses over, steps back at half court, being pressured tightly by Phillips. Good defense from Kamari. Now to Hinton, drives, kicks it into the corner. On a drive, Goodlow leaves it back for Hinton, and his layup is good.
We said it all game. Franklin can buy a defensive possession when they find it off.
Cam leaves it for Brody on the block. Fakes once, tried the reverse, hit the bottom of the backboard. And then in transition, Goodlow is tripped up and fouled. Fourth foul against McAllister. 74-48 with 4.5 minutes left in this ball game. Left side ball thrown away. Franklin Simpson will get it back. I don't know if you call that one a forced turnover or just a given turnover.
I think it's just a given turnover. Well, there was pressure around him, so I guess you could say it's forced.
Logan County has tied their season high in scoring in this game already as McAllister sets that new career high. He gets a floater to go from 6 feet out. He's into double figures for the first time in his Franklin Simpson career. But to finish that thought, Logan County, 74 points scored. They did that against Todd County Central. That was last Friday. They continue to trend upwards. Hightower isolated on Ray, beats him, gets inside, can't bank it in, but makes his own tip. And Logan County takes a timeout, I presume, to take him out of the game as he's got the new high with 29 points. And the score is now 76-50 Logan County. They've set a new high in scoring with 4 minutes left in this ball game.
And we've talked about it, man. It's the first half killed Franklin Simpson. In the second half alone, the scoring has been 34 to 39. So it's not like it's been a blowout in the second half for anything. They just got nothing going on in the first half and allowed Logan County to tee off in the first half.
And again, if you've been with us for post-game shows this year, you know with Coach Pincer, it's going to be a slow start. It's going to be rebounding. Not as much so in this game because, like you said, Logan County didn't miss many shots. There weren't many offensive rebound opportunities. It's going to be making shots. But I think the difference here is going to be defense. Ray gets inside out of the timeout, tried to send it out to McAllister, but it's tipped out of bounds on the far side. Will stay with Franklin Simpson on the sideline as Brooks and Hampton will come back in. Phillips comes out for Franklin Simpson, as does McAllister with the career-high 10 points. Johnson, Ray, Brooks, Parninger, Hampton on the floor. Kai fakes the three on the far side, puts it on the floor, gets inside, pulls with a 14-foot contested jumper. It's missed. Hinton tried to save the rebound. It went out of bounds. They say it was off of Hampton anyways. Hinton went full force to try to save it. It goes out of bounds, and they say that it's Logan County ball. Been that kind of night. With 3:32 left. Goodlow gives it to Tyler Johnson. Gets past Xavier Hampton and gives it off to Titchener. Hightower inside, spins, and he's fouled. They kept him in the ball game so we can try to hit that 30-point mark.
And he's close to getting it right there. These free throws. Again, Franklin Simpson, I mean, like you said, the story of the tape is they can't put together two good halves of basketball.
Yep.
Again, the second half, they defensively haven't played well at all as the first one goes in. In the first half, though, you didn't play good defensively, and you matched that up with a very poor offensive performance.
Hightower makes the first free throw to hit 30 points. His Cougars leading 77-50 with 5:23 left in the ball game. He makes both. He's 5 for 5 at the free throw line in this quarter. 12 for 13 for the game. Jakai left alone for a right wing three, switches it home. Jakai's got 13 points. That's his third triple of the night. The Cats have tied their season high with 8 3-pointers, but only had 2 in that first half as Hightower just lost it trying to cross over on the near sideline.
Franklin pushing the pace right now. Again, probably just going to look for another three-point shot, I assume.
Johnson has it in the corner, goes to Cam on the baseline. Double team, tried to slip through it and lost the basketball. Up ahead, Titchener wide open, finishes in transition. He scored 6 in the quarter, 13 for the night. It's 80-53, Logan County with 2.5 minutes left in the ball game. Hampton gives it over to Ray. Tries a three from 4 feet off the right wing. Missed it short. Jakai with an offensive rebound. His putback misses, and here comes Tyler Johnson. It's 3-on-1 for Logan County. Cam, the lone defender, defends it well and forces a miss. Goodlow tries to save it, but stepped out of bounds.
And a platoon swap, all the starters coming off the court for Logan County. A couple coming off for Franklin Simpson. And again, I mean, this is kind of daunting because this is your district. This is the team you're going to be playing up against in the district tournament. And so you're looking forward ahead. You're going to have to figure out a way to beat that zone and stop this defense.
Wildcats down 80-53. Ball stolen up top by Cameron Burr for Logan County. Ends up on the left side with Thomas. Stuck on the baseline. Wraps it up to the top of the key. Then gets it right back in the corner. Drives. Leaves it for Burr. Tipped around on the baseline, and again Thomas chases it down. 1:50 left in the ball game. Right block. Burr turns and fades. Missed it long, but it's rebounded by Bland. They really want Burr to score. Cross court. Nice find into the corner, and the three-pointer rattles off for Switzer, who gets it right back, then sends it to Thomas. Fires another three. That one off the left side, and Bland gets another offensive rebound. Switzer back to Bland. Guarded by Allen Johnson. Spins through, but traveled, trying to split through 3 defenders.
They were really trying to get him to score right there. And another almost platoon swap for this Logan County team. They're trying to get everybody into the game there.
Caden Breward in for Franklin Simpson.
Now checking in for the Wildcats, number 15, Alex Eaton.
80-53, 1:22 left in the ball game. Alex Eaton, great last name, checks into the ball game. Good to see Alex in Franklin. I'll give him the shout out. Shares a birthday with my dad. It's just beautiful. He's got it on the left wing. It'd make me happy if he'd score. Ball works into the corner to Breward. They work it around the perimeter. At this point, everybody trying to get theirs. Ball gets inside. Layup missed, but a foul call.
For Franklin Simpson, you're going to go into this these slate of games where a lot of them are district, region, or district games. You wouldn't expect, I guess, the offensive performance you've had in the second half, and you want to know, how can I replicate that as the first free throw missed? How can I replicate this offensive performance in the second half, continue that for a full game, and then defensively stop an opposing team's best player?
Both free throws missed. Logan County gets the rebound with a minute left. 80-53 our score. Ball goes into the right corner. Three-pointer thrown up, misses short. Ball rolls around on the floor. Easton Kelly dives to get it. Good hustle play. And here comes Franklin Simpson the other way. Alex Eaton gets inside, and he's fouled before he can spin and try a layup. Just the second foul of the quarter against Logan County with 45 seconds left in the ball game. Demetrius Lofton comes in. Easton Kelly out. Ball goes in on the left block to J.C. Roby. Fades away, flips up a hook, and it misses long. Rebounded by Logan County by Jeremiah Washington. Brings it across half court with 30 seconds left. Ball goes left corner. Three-pointer on the way. The big fella couldn't get it to go. That was Malik Ford firing one up, but they get an offensive rebound. Ford tries another three from the left wing, and he swishes this one home. He's got a good-looking shot on him.
He does. He does have a good-looking shot.
83-53. That the cherry on top for Logan County with 10 seconds left. Eaton comes to get it on the right wing, guarded by Ford. Off to J.C. Roby in the corner. Breward puts it on the floor and is fouled with 2.4 ticks left on the clock.
Franklin Simpson under the basket, out of bounds play. Again, something to work on. You're going to look for somebody to maybe bounce out in the corner.
Breward tries to get it there, can't. Pass deflected, goes out of bounds with 1 second left. 83-53. Logan County leads. One more inbound to go. Pass fake, thrown in up top. And that'll do it for this one from Logan County High School, where the Cougars officially move to 9-8 overall on the season. 3-0 now in 13th district play. Franklin Simpson falls to 1-1 against district opponents as they fall to the reigning 13th district champs. 83-53. Statement made from a Logan County team that I don't think many people may have considered coming into the season, depending on who you ask. Certainly weren't the favorites. That crown, for the most part, fell with Russellville. Lost to the Bluegrass Blazers early in the season, a homeschool team, and boy, they have turned it around in the new year, winning 6 of their last 7 in all 3 in district play. 83-53 tonight, they win it over Franklin Simpson. We'll step away. When we come back, we wrap things up from Logan County High School. Wildcats lose in the second half of this doubleheader as the Lady Cats pick up a win to start the night. Again, your final score, 83-53. Wildcats fall to Logan County. You're listening to Franklin Simpson Basketball on 92.3 WFKN. We can do 2 minutes.
I don't do the most, but I do a lot. I'ma make a toast, cause we still alive. No big, I feel like Pac. I shoot a shot. I'm coming in hot. Yeah, coming in hot. Just like the fajita. I write what I live. My life in the speaker. I'm nice with the flow.
Are you looking for a place to connect, grow, and worship? Discover Franklin First United Methodist Church in downtown Franklin. Join us every Sunday for 2 uplifting services. Experience our traditional service at 9 a.m., where hymns and heartfelt messages bring our community together. Or come to our contemporary worship service at 11 a.m., where you'll find a lively atmosphere filled with modern music and inspiration. No matter where you are on your faith journey, there's a place for you here. Join us this Sunday at Franklin First United Methodist Church. We can't wait to welcome you home.
There are buttons to button, snacks to prepare, math problems to help with, and boo-boos to kiss. If you have people who need you, you need life insurance. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about a policy that protects the ones you love. Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
We've been with Franklin Bank since '92 because we trust them.
Franklin was a great fit to help build a team and a culture that just kind of resonated with both of us.
They took a chance on us.
It's not a banking relationship, it's a personal relationship.
That's the most important thing to me about doing business with a bank is to have trust and faith in the people you're dealing with. And the people at Franklin Bank do every bit that needs to be done to give me that feeling.
Hey, Mr. Smith, what was that call about last Friday night?
Well, Doc, I thought he crossed the line.
I'm pretty sure everyone in the stands thought you were the one that crossed the line with that call.
I guess I get that all the time, Doc.
Well, I'm glad you finally came in here to get your eyes checked at Wilkins Eye Care.
And like I said, I hear that all the time.
Go Cats!
Wilkins Eye Care, 705 North Main Street, Franklin, Kentucky.